Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination thrive. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair.
Happy Saturday. Sorry for the tardiness, but I had one of those customers that you really want to have as a small business owner, and I had to tend to those guys first. And watching the Olympics, the U.S. is about to win another gold medal. It was never a surprise there. But welcome to Saturday. Welcome to another charity journey about to be started here with Rebel Moon, Director's Cut Part 1. We are using the same cause as we were, same website and everything, and I'm going to go ahead and put that link into the chat. I already got my panel members on board, so I'll go ahead and bring myself down. There's Aaron.
Everybody.
What's going on, Bradbury?
Brad, Vince, Spidey's here.
What's going on, Aaron, Ruth, Vince?
Hey, everybody.
The only one here. I'm the only one here today with a Rebel Moon nickname. Just saying.
Just saying.
You just realized that,
Hey,
though,
Brad.
Brad. You put it on for the last one. I forgot you didn't change it.
All right,
I think
there
ahead.
you guys go. There is a link
I think
now.
6-7 months ahead.
The Twitch link is the one that's anchored to the top of the chat, so I will continue to put in the donation link so that we have that in rotation, but we obviously need the Twitch link so that you guys can watch it along with us. For those of you who don't have Netflix, I put the goal at $100. I know we'll throughout the campaign, this is just day one of this campaign, we'll beat that, but I didn't want to do what we were doing last time to be sweating all the way to 15, whatever. So, and this is going to be a much shorter campaign. We're not doing 100 shows straight without a break to support this one. We've already
I'll
raised.
believe it when I see it.
Me too. 15,500 is where we stand at right now, and that's probably, anything we get on top of that is going to be cool. So we are going to start off with part one. It's a brutally different movie than the PG-13
Emphasis
version.
on the brutally.
I mean, the first 15 minutes of it tell you this is a different story altogether. I don't know any science fiction, fantasy, epic, or anything that can have this much of the beginning change and still be the same movie. So the vibe and everything, the tone is set. So you guys are gonna, for those of you guys who haven't seen it yet, the tone, a starkly different tone is set in this version than the PG-13 version. I understand the business reasons of why they did what they did, but I think we would be in a different, who knows, people are still going to shit on Zack Snyder no matter what. But for those of the ones who are on the fence or would have given it the time of day, I think they would have had a different perception of this if this one had been released. So that's all I got to say is my preamble. When is Tattoo Day, Ruth?
Yes, when is Tattoo Day?
Next Tuesday.
Tuesday's try day.
Next Tuesday. And then,
So,
and
William,
then I'm branded.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's. Oh man, that's relevant for this movie, I
Yeah, I
guess.
know.
Yeah, very.
That's a scene I got a lot of people got kind of like a lot of my middle ground people that I showed this to. They're like, that's misogynistic and gratuitous. I'm like, if you look at some militaries around the world, especially some of these third world with the Banana Republic type people, this is exactly the kind of shit that they do to women. It's unfortunate, but if we're being truthful and we're being accurate in our depictions of what these clowns and the kind of evil and the desensitization that they've gotten themselves to, then these first 15 to 20 minutes of this movie really shouldn't needed to be there 9 months ago. But hey,
I never
we are where we're at.
never understood any that kind of backlash on not just in this movie, but like really on anything. So it's because to me it reads like, okay, so you're getting mad that the movie shows the villains engaging in villainous activity.
Yeah. Well, you have for a long time though, and the horror genre didn't help. The slasher genre didn't help.
I'm sure.
Women were used in just a way that was just to get young adolescents and older to the movie theaters. There's no reason why you're going skinny dipping with some campers you just met and don't even want to be there with. There's no reason why you're banging the other camp counselor you just met a few hours later.
I don't know what camp you went to, William, but
you know, I was a kid at the camp, so we didn't, come on. And by the way, why aren't there ever any kids at these damn Crystal Lake camps? But anyway, yeah, so the slasher
they are teenagers. The actors are in their 20s, but they're supposed to play teenagers.
Yeah, they're like 14, 15,
14, right?
But so in the Italian horror, none of this helped when it came as far as women. But at the same time, who was the last person that always outsmarted the serial killer? It's usually a woman. So it's a tough one. But all right, are we ready to go? We ready to?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's why they called her the.
What's up?
Tell us to when to push play.
All I see is Zordon, the Australian Zordon. Come to me, my Rangers. Where's your house coat? Are you wearing your big with your little furry coat?
Man, can she live? You gotta tell her what she's wearing and everything, huh?
Listen, some people are hiding behind an avatar.
It's all right. I got a question for you though. Two little things. One, I know you said it's $100 goal for today. I'm taking it, but how long is the whole charity drive supposed to last for?
It will last until the end of with the release date for Twilight of the Gods.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's like
and then,
September 21st, I think.
Yeah.
Last time you had a stretch goal of $5,000, and we obviously knocked it out of the park. Do you have a stretch goal in mind?
We'll take this on we'll play it by ear. That's a
goals motivate people, William. Goals do motivate people.
Yeah,
and there's always a goal of getting Brad to rewatch the Scary Movie Marathon, and this can always parlay Howard the Duck Redux.
Why don't we try the goal of Brad walking on water while we're at it?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't say good. Like, well, if you're blasphemy, Brad, just watch your damn movies.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit play.
All right. I'm gonna mute myself.
Can I say I love the opening sequences in this one because it's the Stone Quarry part of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it really. I remember Mr. Steven Colbert, my buddy, on the Vodka stream about 2 weeks ago. He said he kind of reached the same conclusion I did when he saw it before I did, I think. But he kind of reached the same conclusion I did. So the opening here feels a lot like the Krypton prologue in Man of Steel.
I can see that a little bit.
Oh.
That's it, but that's kind of how I take it too, as a prologue. I feel like all of those have all the DC Snyder movies have a prologue, so this kind of goes more with that.
Yeah, this is like that. It's like if you just cut straight to the military coup.
Yeah, I think it's the same because it was a military coup, but I think it kind of stretched out longer because that one's only like 7 or 8 minutes before you get into the rest of the movie. But
yeah, it's about 20 minutes on Krypton, and then
it is.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's the whole thing, like the birth of Kal-El and the whole we got to evacuate the planet and the Codex and the coup and all that. So it's a lot going on. So this is just jumping straight into the coup. Is kind of the equivalent of what they do here.
Now, do you understand what's going on here up to this point? Like, I feel like they should have showed rebels here, like even just leaving or fighting or retreating or something like that. That would have been.
You wanted to see that?
Yeah, just
I
the
mean,
blood act. He mentions them, but it would have been cool to see them.
yeah,
Even if you don't see them fighting, just see them.
Yeah,
running
that's
or
actually
escaping.
another thing I think that this cut really, that really benefits in this the
Is
extended cut
everything gets embellished? Yeah.
Yeah, but also like the legend of the blood axe is like really, it's like they get built up significantly more in this version,
More.
to where it's
Yeah,
like
I'd
when
agree.
you finally meet them, it's it feels like within
How
the
about
there you go. Cool.
yes.
Who found out that it was living, William?
What was that?
Who found out it was alive during the event?
What do you mean?
The suit. Who found out the suit was alive during the event?
Oh shit, dude! This is like 30 years ago. Hold on.
Come on, man. You know this. Who would know anything? Who would know anything? That's my clue. Who would know anything?
Oh, I
else would know
remember it
anything?
jumping out on it. I remember him opening up that thing and it jumping out on him. Was it Reed
Reed's
Richards?
the one. It was Reed.
Reed?
Reed's the
Yeah,
one.
it was
Reed was the one that determined it wasn't just a costume. It was a living symbiote in
It
a
was a
prison.
living when did he find that was in Web of Spider-Man #1 though, wasn't it?
Reed found it out in the Secret Wars, I thought, while they were there.
Because I know Reed helped him get it off of him in Web of Spider-Man #1.
That's true.
And that's where he went because he used the sonic the thing to shake it off.
Emitter joint. Yeah.
This little fella here in the cage is like this.
The only good thing to come out of this stupid series.
This guy.
Then you hate the symbiote anyway, but I get it. Sorry, Brad.
No, I hate the overuse.
When
of
it's
Venom.
done, yeah, how it's been overplayed. The card's been overplayed, or the hand. Sorry, Brad. Go to get your point.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's that? This little fella here in the cage is like, oh, that's like this guy's again a very minor alien character.
That's
but still.
a problem, dude. Why do you have to make the little thing so cute and then go ahead and?
And then he turns into basically like a living hand grenade at the end.
Not well, spoiler, but
I want to plushie of him.
Yeah.
I want to plushie of him.
The
Yeah,
older
he's like
sister
Rebel
got
Moon's
like
like
6
Grogu.
kills, by the way, with her knife on the way
He's
upstairs.
like the Grogu of Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Like Gizmo of Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys, can I ask a
Cheetah.
question?
Cheetah.
What do you have, Ruth?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you know how they bought the like the sort of comics out? Were they a sort of a lead on from the movies or a lead up to the movies?
They were prequel comics. So the House of Blood Axe comics. Yeah, it's a prequel comic series.
She's asking if they went into like this far into the movie, or
does it like come like this close up to it? No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. I thought that's what she was asking. I shouldn't.
Yeah, no, you're correct, Spidey.
Like, does it end like right when the movies start? No.
Kind of like a Rogue One.
Hello, William. I've got a question. Why don't we have like a listen, watch party for the
the Shenna Saul podcast? Yeah,
that's gonna be. I don't know how we would do that, but I'm pretty sure we can. I mean, sitting there. Like,
we can do that. I don't know whether they're doing it like once a week or something.
We can take the script and we can act it out ourselves.
This guy right here. I mean, he just beats the shit out of like several people. Look at the blood.
I mean, did you one of his daughters stabbed like 3 or 4 people going up the stairs though? She was working them pretty well.
Yeah. This is as to the shock of no one, I'm sure this is a significantly bloodier version of Rebel Moon than the PG-13 has.
I'll be honest with you, I'm enjoying it more already.
Oh, what a shocker!
So you haven't seen it yet, Ruth, yourself?
I've seen parts of the first one, but I haven't. Was sort of waiting.
Right here, they're just outright branding these priests like this.
Yeah, and doing it naked. Yeah, well, because it's in fact they stripped them too, because the idea is there. It's not just it's meant to be as degrading as they can. I mean, it's like what William says with dictatorships around the world that do these.
Yeah, they treat women. They treat women like trash, and it's the robes that are the symbol of their priesthood. And obviously, those priest people are like, "You guys are blasphemous."
Yeah. So it's meant to be degrading and humiliating, and it's just leave them just completely. It's supposed to feel like they're being raped. Is what the Imperials are inflicting on these on the priestesses.
Harping back from what William and what you've said, Brad, with like the whole thing with war and pretty much bad people doing bad things. Like, I don't know why people are so shocked to watch it on TV, and that when they've been watching it on TV for the past 3 years. Look what the Russians have been doing to the Ukrainians.
Yeah,
but see, here's the thing, though, and that's all our history is out there, but it's never it's when it's depicted, because you can hear about what's happening in the Ukraine, but you never see anything depicted, so you're kind of shielded by it.
Yeah. Well, like look up anytime, just look up like just stuff they did in the Spanish Inquisition. I mean, it's like in the branding you just saw there. I mean, that's like
Spanish Civil War.
That's like child's play compared to the Inquisition.
Yeah, they hooked women up to this is kind of fucked up. Hope you weren't.
Like, he's so cute.
Hope you weren't attached to the little dude.
Yeah, yeah. Zack, you made like your Grogu, and you got all attached to him just to blow him up.
I mean, he didn't last 5 minutes, but hey. Yeah, this theme is you had to have this in here. Oh.
Yeah, but the thing it's reality, William. I just said it's reality. This is what happens, and that like people have like history books at school.
Well, they don't like to be faced with the reality of history. It's just what it is. We know it would happen. We know that throughout every human history, going from the Roman days all the way up to every war that's ever been fought, the dehumanization of women has been used as a tool as part of that war. As much as any bullet, rifle, ammunition, the dehumanization of women. And that's what, if you look at World War II, the Japanese Imperial Army and the military basically used that as propaganda to keep Japanese soldiers and civilians from never giving up. They would lie and say, this is what, the same things we were doing in, Nanking and China and all that are the same thing that the Americans are going to do to you. So they kind of use that as reverse propaganda, because you'd rather die than have that happen to you. So it's always been a tool of war. But if you look at most war movies don't depict it. And the news definitely is never going to depict it. So when you see it in a movie like this, it's like, yeah, that's probably accurate.
Well, like another good example, and of course Williams mentioned this before, is 12 Years a Slave, like specifically the whipping scene. And like you said before, it's like, man, it's like,
I want to beat the fuck out of people.
Michael Fassbender's character, it's like, yeah, that's a dude. It's like, don't put me in the same room with that guy, because I ain't gonna end well for him after seeing him do that. Especially after that scene with her in the soap, I was ready to find him wherever in the world he is and be like, I'm on my way to kick your ass, man. Then I gotta watch X-Men, then I gotta watch, Prometheus. I gotta watch. It's just a job. It's just a job.
So do you reckon this is like the first movie ever to really depict this in reality?
We're talking about like branding or like
branding and
torturing like an imperial force torturing their conquered territories.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say the first time it's ever, but it's just that
I've never personally seen the branding before on different movies.
No, I haven't.
I don't think I have either. So that might be a first. Trying to think. That is a good question, actually. When you're talking about like a war movie, like how much because as Williams says, they do still kind of try to keep the sort of the man's humanity to man less. They don't want. They'll put that as in your face. They put that as in your face as little as possible a lot of times.
I think the likes of like Schindler's List and things like that. But you never, obviously, you see like
Schindler's List is actually probably a really good example.
Like the torturing, but obviously you don't see the brand, and this is possibly the first movie that I've ever witnessed that in. So
I think the one thing it's not a war movie, but one thing I could think of that maybe is somewhat comparable is the Passion of Christ. Like specifically like the flogging scene, that's showing like what the Romans would do. I remember, and adding crucifixion. I remember asking my dad, at one point. What as far as like executions, wouldn't they as far as like just hanging somebody, wouldn't that be more humane? He didn't skip a beat. He said the Romans weren't into being humane. So.
Well, if you look at it this way, Brad, it is would technically be the Passion of Christ a war movie, because Jesus and his disciples were pretty much the resistance.
Yeah, that's true.
Against the Romans and that. So
it's not like a battlefield war movie, but yeah, it's definitely have an aspect of it. Yeah,
it's like a spiritual warfare.
Yeah. So there's I don't know though, any I can't think of any other examples that be as far as like really showing like torture, that a like an oppressive regime inflicts on conquered subjects. Yeah, Schindler's List I think probably would be another one that really went there.
Yeah.
I mean, Braveheart is very violent, but it's not. I don't think it like goes into that. That's another. Yeah, that's a good question. It's like, but as far as like the branding specifically, yeah, this might be a first for that.
I think this is a real testament to Zack Snyder for actually depicting what happens in reality in the fictionalized world.
Yeah.
One thing,
He's
guys,
the only director that went there.
Yeah. And like Noble is a psychopath. I mean, he was already clearly a very sadistic villain in the initial release. Like this version, it's like, I mean, this man has no moral compass whatsoever. I mean, he's all about just he is a sociopath on like a level that's like all he wants to do is just inflict pain on people.
So Ruth, did you see the other version of this or no? The non-director's cut?
Yeah, so I watched it with you guys.
Yeah, she was here.
I watched both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing that I have noticed with the new cut of this, and obviously correct us if I'm wrong, but the newer scenes, you can actually see it's like a sort of the lighting for the new scenes that they've put in. It's like that kind of like orangey haze, like hue. It seems to be, like obviously the new scenes that they've put in seem to be filmed in that kind of lighting. Don't know if anybody else has noticed that or not.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fire going on in the background. Do you feel like it's like that in other scenes too, or?
Yeah, so when you and obviously again not going into Brad's territory where he likes to spoil
right.
You
can point it out. You can point it out to me if it comes to mind when it happens.
I will. So have you watched this before, Spidey? Like the
Yeah. I watched this and Batman and the movies with you guys last weekend, so it was the only thing I'm still missing is Deadpool.
Oh yeah, I haven't caught that yet.
No.
I think you'll like Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And yeah, they're bringing the Inner Violent Nature 2 out. Don't think we'll be giving
I'm sure.
I'll be giving that one a miss.
So you're giving it a straight. You're not going to give it a chance. You're not going to see. Maybe the other one was slow to set up the new one, right? Maybe that's what it was all about.
No chance. I'd rather go without pineapples for a week.
Oh, that is cold.
Yeah.
By the way, we were laughing when a guy was getting his brains bashed in by his son. So for people watching,
we were laughing about pineapples because because Ruth.
Yeah. That you know what that scene reminded me of? Something from Terrifier.
Yeah. That's that because that's how far they go in Terrifier. By the way, has anybody here read the novelizations? Because my understanding is they. This is another thing they do. Again, this that this version really emphasizes, as far as like really kind of flexing their muscle on their conquer subjects. Is that every time you kill somebody of significance, they take one of their teeth and extract it and put it on this mural here with Queen Issa. So,
by the way, that whole bashing the father's brain in, that's
Yeah.
another tactic that's used in these type of wars. It's used as a mental thing to separate the bonds to the family and previous loyalties and align themselves with the way of thinking of the invaders. So that's another thing that was put in. That's another thing that this movie, I could probably never watch the PG-13 version again, not because it's horrible, because it's just so much context missing from it. It's just like the way you view that movie without this is just insane,
Yeah. Oh, when we get to that Korra fight coming up here, I mean that's another one where we were calling it as we were watching it last time, where it's like, oh, she's got the the laser gun on this guy, and it cuts away. It's like, oh, this time they take the gloves off completely on that.
Yeah, they don't really hold up. They don't really hold back. So that put the right.
But what was I on a second? Yeah, I was asking a minute ago. Has anybody here read the novelization? Because my understanding is that that is based on the extended cuts, which is why I actually intentionally avoided reading that, because I wanted to go into the director's cuts as fresh as I could when they dropped.
No, but from a story standpoint, Brad, well, on this part, what do you think? Do you think he's being metaphorical when he's holding the brains in the hand, or do you think that's some ability that he has?
Wow.
To be able to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is he just talking, right? Just talking shit before he kills him, or is he like being literal?
I think in Noble's case, he could maybe argue that it's both, because it is maybe does hint to something a little bit somewhat superhuman, but also it's just also him just pouring salt on the wound.
Yeah, for sure.
I think what makes him different from his people is that he experiences this stuff differently than they do. For them, it's just another day at the office. He's actually experiencing all the sensations of killing.
Yeah,
he's a sadist, right? So,
yeah, because you could,
right.
I mean, you could tell. I mean, he never takes a life in a way that, like, casually. I mean, you could tell that every kill is like almost like a transcendental experience for him.
Hey, Brad, why don't we let the experts speak on that? What do you think about savoring your kills, Ruth?
What do I? Sorry, Spidey. Repeat
What do you
that?
think about savoring your kills, Ruth?
I think you should savor every moment, Spidey, as if it's your last. To be honest with you.
Okay, so she's gonna kind of be the POV of Noble in this instance. So when we're trying to get an inside shot at Noble's mind, we're gonna ask Ruth for her kind of interpretation of what we see in context.
Okay, yeah.
I feel as if I'll be there for that.
You'll be tuned in.
I will.
Well, good news. We got 3.5 hours to really dig in deep to the character study. So
this of course is where they like 2 minutes in, where they kind of start in the PG-13. I'm really glad though because there was talk that there were like scenes filmed specifically for the PG-13 version versus the R version. I'm really glad this made it into both versions, because this is just such a gorgeous way to introduce the landscape of Veld and the skyline at night, and just show Korra what she's her life outside of the Imperium, what she's she's found peace now, as a farmer on this moon planet. But
one problem.
What's that?
She's farming at night and she can't see rocks, so it's like too dark.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, so you gotta do.
I get it.
But Spidey, they could have been farming carrots before now.
Well, they gotta get ready for the
eyesight. Do you know what
I mean? Wow.
Just thought I would help the situation.
Yeah. Have a little carrot patch going, they'd be able to easily see. I didn't consider that there's more than just wheat in this movie.
Exactly. You've got to look at like obviously all the options.
It's a whole farming planet, and we're looking at it from one village standpoint. Right.
It's not all just about the wheat.
I'll keep an eye out for carrots.
It's so amazing to me too. It's like, look at the shots like that. That Zack, he got what is essential. I mean, technically 4 movies. I mean, it's 2 parts, but that he got both of these, in under $200 million. The way that they look. I mean, this is just, and the fact that individually they're under 100 million each. I mean, it's just how do you pull that off?
What he means to his team on the floor.
So I think we can all agree, when we very first watched these movies, you could see the content that was missing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and obviously, and we actually all discussed it when we were watching it the last time.
Yeah.
So I feel like that. I know it's been beaten to death, but they should have really just released this first, or had a simultaneous release, like an abridged movie or whatever.
That's
at the same time, because because then instead of watching the movie, you're watching for what the differences are. You see what I'm saying?
Or even like maybe like a week later kind of thing. It's like
they should have.
I get it though. I get the whole idea, but they should have just let him put his version of the movie out, because it was around Christmas time and Thanksgiving and all that. It was perfect for.
Well, like right here.
Or do it like within the new year.
Yeah.
Well, initially, because Zack had talked about like they had played around with the idea of like releasing part 1 and part 2 within a few days of each other. That was one idea they kind of had. That part 1 would be out, then like maybe like a week later, part 2 we drop. But yeah, as far as the difference content wise, I mean, right here coming up the whole speech about like just like fuck for the harvest. I mean, like,
oh my gosh, Brad, you swore.
Hey, but the first time on here.
I didn't know you swore, Brad. I'm serious. Usually,
like they could have put it like release it on New Year's Day.
Is all good at the game of basketball. It is the U.S. game. We continue to keep dominating the game when it comes to.
Is that Williams?
No.
Yeah, he's announcing the Olympics right now.
Okay, I'm gonna mute him right now.
He's doing 2 jobs.
Yeah.
He's come back.
Okay, yeah. So because I think he's just got the Olympics playing in the background there.
Well, there was a commercial break. So.
That's the game, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and as Film Junkie said, it's like we're right about. He's pointing out, it's like because he was able to see this at the LA showing during the the Egyptian Theater festival that they did recently, and so we got a sex scene coming up here that's about 3 minutes long, no music.
Hashtag Brad the spoiler.
Really?
Yeah.
Like right after
anybody's holding out for that scene, Brad's just destroyed it.
Yeah.
Brad Berry would do love you.
Here's the thing too. Anybody watching who was not along for this whole Snyder Cut journey, it's like kind of the trade-off of that for like the fans campaigning for that as long as we did is we had to have a not insignificant portion of the movie spoiled for us with like all the images and storyboards that Zack dropped. It's like, oh, Martian Manhunter or Dark Side or this or that element. So there were things going into that's like, I would say probably Martian Manhunter would be my number one. If I could pick like one thing that I would have loved that to be like a surprise that was revealed, but it's like that I would love that it didn't be revealed beforehand, that I would have gone in not knowing. I'd probably been Martian Manhunter. So with that, it's like we had the trade-off for getting that version released was okay, but a lot has to be revealed about it to really like turn the temperature up on the public interest in it being released. So
what? Go on after you, Spidey, because I think you're going to say exactly what I'm going to say. So carry on.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't know. All I was going to say is I didn't see you got to understand everything that I missed on the build-up.
Yeah.
Right. The one thing that you didn't get that I got, because I didn't watch the movie for a year until after it came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I missed all the other stuff that you guys got to do. But that's
my point is that Zack is a way bigger spoiler than I am. So there you go.
So that's where I was going to come in, Spidey, because I knew he was going to pass the book to somebody else. And he's literally so I'll applaud you for that one, mind you. The top marker that you could pass it to, and you've just passed it on. There you go.
You're in Zack Snyder's company now, Brad. You're on Zack Snyder's.
Oh, well, I will definitely take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I think also the because man, she's got some scars there on her back, and that's obviously. I think there is a narrative function. This is serving beyond just the nookie on display. Is it is teasing just how or alluding to how much Cora's been through in her previous life, that she's got all the scarification all across her back and her torso. And they even get into some of that when she explains her, with her flashbacks and whatnot coming up soon.
I think that she just had a long day at the farm, and then they had a festival, and she was drinking, and ended her night off in a very, very good way to end her night off. Like, she had a good day. Went to work, ended out everything cool. She might have got a scar, maybe from a war, maybe from digging rocks out of fucking nighttime farming. Who knows? It's hard work out there on Veld. So, hey,
they work hard, they play hard.
My man on the other side, they said he was hunting, so he was hunting all day. Same situation for him. They came back, they cooked up the food. Everybody had a festival, and like you said, there was some nookie on display as you.
So Spidey, Spidey, let's get this right. She fell on some rocks.
Maybe,
scars.
Maybe, and possibly got scars. And then down the road after they healed. That's where our story starts.
She got those scars that on her back and her torso there. It's like that's somebody who's like been through some stuff.
Where's Fourth this evening?
Yeah, that's a good question. And yeah, Ruth, I got your message. I sent Costa a link too. So I just
Brad, Fun has maybe a little discontent shown for your irreverence for the scene, the artful scene in question, I would say.
Okay, well, I mean, he is called Fun, so that's probably the reason why. Oh, Samir's got to go. It's getting hot in here.
I thought Fourth a link, but I'm not sure he's the biggest fan of the movie. So,
well, has he seen the? I don't think has he seen the extended cuts yet?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's seen both of them. Yeah, he has. Yeah, definitely has.
Because I mean, the consensus, as is very frequent with Zack Snyder's filmography, is that the extended cut is definitely far superior to the initial release. Which I mean, I think at this point we're all accustomed to. But I mean, that's a trend that has not been broken by Rebel Moon yet.
One of the lessons that should have been learned about release the Snyder cut was
to begin with.
Don't release the other version of Justice League.
Well,
I know the other movie's not that situation, the other Rebel Moon, but that was the lesson to be learned there, right?
Well, because there's and Ghost, how's it going?
Hey, nerd.
Yo, nerd.
Hey, nerd.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Have you seen the extended cuts yet?
Yeah, I binge watched them last weekend because Anthony and I on the ACS Universe were going to talk about them on Monday. So yeah.
So we were just kind of talking about actually because the reception comparing the PG-13 release to the extended cuts now, and of course it's continuing the trend of with Zack's filmography, where the extended cut, director's cut, Snyder cut, where we want to call it, ends up being the much better received version, and that's of course led with a lot of consternation and commentary on the approach Netflix took. Is like, why didn't they just default to the R-rated cut? And I think obviously they you look back at a lot of the marketing with them. I think they did want to inject a little bit of like the Snyder cut energy into the marketing for Rebel Moon, because that's why you had things like Zack doing like the steak video in Brazil, and just the kind of the general idea of like when they put out a trailer for this, it's like, here's the director's like complete vision that you didn't see the first time. So I think they definitely saw what happened with him with Justice League and thought, okay, we can.
Brad, do you think that the steak video maybe lost a lot of vegan viewers for the movie?
Okay, I don't know if I mean, it's. I mean, there are lots of people who have like done more controversial things that hasn't kept me from like sitting out any of their work.
So obviously, Brad and Spidey and Nerd. I don't know if Aaron's obviously seen them. I know William's busy. So you guys watch this prior, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're going to rate on a score, like from 1 to 10 for the first version that we watched to obviously this version, what score would you give both?
I'd probably give and I guess I'll go ahead and I guess I kind of like pool them together, like the two PG-13 2 R-rated versions. I'd probably give. I do think that the first one is a little bit weaker of the two in the PG-13 cut, so I probably would give that like a 7.5, and the second one an 8. And then for this, I'd give them both at least a 9.
Okay.
That's pretty. It's definitely a major step up.
What about yourself, Spidey?
Probably more like if we're combining the movies, like Brad said, or just do a 2 as 1. Probably all together around a 7, I guess, and then probably like a 8, 8.5 for this version. Just for the more graphic nature of things helps it out, and that's kind of what you were missing on the other one. So
yeah. Well, also just it breathes so much more too. Particularly this one because it's the longer of the two director's cuts. So, and this one is much more because during the press junket, something Zack had said that the first movie is the recruit movie and the second one is the war movie. So I was kind of expecting this in terms of the extended cuts of the two of them, that the first one was going to be the one that had the most added to it because it's the one that's establishing the characters in the universe and the stakes and the all different planets and cultures and things like that. And then the second one was going to hit even in the extended cut, would hit the ground running much more, although it's also got a lot added itself. So for these two, they both benefit tremendously from the extended cuts, but I think the first one, much even more so because there's so again the breathing room, the fact that it's setting so much more up of the universe, but it gets to take its time a lot more to do that. So I think of the two, the first one benefits the most.
So Nerd, yeah. What did you?
So I think the first versions I give a 5. I didn't hate them, but I wasn't over the moon in love with them. Right?
No pun intended. Over the moon.
Yeah, over the moon. When it comes to the director's cuts, I would give it probably like a 6.5.
Okay.
And the only reason, and that's purely because of the additional violence, right? Because we knew in a lot of the scenes from the first two cuts that something else was happening. Like we knew just how the scenes were cutting away, that something else was filmed to show something more gory.
Yeah.
And once we knew there was going to be director's cuts, I think we were all anticipating, oh, great, now we're going to see those scenes really for what they are, how violent they are. Now, I agree there's more runway in the director's cuts to tell the story, but I think there was still missed opportunities from a storytelling perspective that could have been a little bit further out, like Ray Fisher's character.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone wanted to see more about him and the rebels, and and we didn't see that at all. And I think what hurt these, not so much Netflix obviously didn't advertise, they weren't pushing the marketing for these two cuts. I think that goes without saying. I think the lack of support or lack of viewership is because everyone's gonna, unfortunately,
I've seen it. I've been there, done that.
I've seen this already, and I didn't like it, and I'm not.
You can only make
a director's cut
first impression once.
Yeah, and I think many people probably thought, well, I don't feel a director's cut is going to make me like it or going to change my mind. So I think a lot of people just checked out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your hardcore fans who are buying the book, the magazines, the everything to do with it, obviously were the ones viewing it, right? Or individuals like us who come on to panels or shows because it's going to be a topic of conversation, right? So you obviously want to be educated to the topic, but. I mean, obviously, to your point, Brad, Zack is known for going down this path. I think they would have been better off either releasing these first and then doing a shorter version later, So everyone could see the true intent, the true story, and then now here's a PG-13 if you don't necessarily like the violence.
That's
right?
actually that's a good question because that is something I've thought myself. Is like, what if they had gone the opposite? If they had still done the whole like multiple cuts kind of release strategy, but what if they went the opposite direction? What if they put out the full version first and then said, okay, here's kind of like the family friendly version of Rebel Moon that you can like show your kids or something, or you show your mom.
Yeah.
Or something. It's like would have benefited from that, and that's a point I think. Yeah, that'd be kind of like and the thing about that too is that would have been kind of cool is that they could have like done almost like a reverse Snyder cut sort of thing there. They said, okay, you're getting the Snyder cut right away, but now we're going to also, for people who are again not for the quote unquote
can't show it to your family or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. I could never show. Well, to be fair, I probably could show even the PG-13 cut to my mom because she's like. Is not she's so squeamish, my mother, so you might rule her out on that one, but
or why not just release them? I think they even could have benefited from just releasing them both, and then you as the audience member choose which version you want to watch. You want to watch an ultra-violent version, or watch the ultra-violent version. If you don't watch a little more, if you want something that's more toned down,
and the word of mouth might have changed in the course of that as well if people were surprised by what they saw.
Netflix's word of mouth, as far as the quality of the stuff that they put out, they don't really fucking care. They put out so much stuff that you either watch it or you don't watch it. What they were trying to do here is see the quality from our perspective doesn't matter to them. What their experiment was is how long can we keep a conversation going that's normally over in 3 or 4 days. That's what they were doing, because their previous model and their dominant model is to throw this shit out there. And people watch it, and then the next day something else comes out, and that's it. So
yeah, that's true. I mean, there's that point, and I mean, Aaron, could probably also attest this to me because as enamored and as just blown away and happy as I was as an Avatar fan with Netflix's live action reboot of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Again, they did, and that's a show, so it's not like a direct comparison. But again, they dropped that all at once. Did the whole Netflix binge model. It had its kind of its moment in the sun for like a week or so, but it's but yeah, then it's kind of like just like, okay, what's on Netflix next? It's kind of really taking the spotlight, which is and that's where maybe like with episodic stuff like Netflix I think might benefit from doing a lot of other streamers who have like doing the weekly episode release. Long
where we're coming at it from is irrelevant to them. Whereas, I think it could have been this, I think it could have been that. Those are relevant opinions, don't get me wrong. But to them, they're not relevant in that manner because that was not their mission and that was not the data they're going to be collecting. Their data is going to be, we spend this amount of money on all these things, but we push them out and then they're done with. What if we spend this amount of money on this thing? How longer can we keep the conversation going? What kind of advertising do we need to do going forward? Do we need to do it? Is the original cut? So they're looking at a bunch of things that, like I said, I've seen a lot of criticism around it. Or what they should have done. And I agree with a lot of it, but none of it matters to them as far as whether this would be something going forward. And people are saying, well, they're cutting ties with Zack Snyder. First of all, I've only heard that from sources that I really don't give a fuck about for the most part. And B, it's to the point where we think that Netflix collects data in the same way that all these other formats do, and it's just not. We still got people, talking out their ass trying to analyze what Netflix is going to do when they are literally the pioneers of what they're going to do. Their business model, they were the first ones at it. Everybody else is trying to catch up to them. So,
yep.
Can I ask then, with that being said and that in mind, so what you just said being the case, is there an argument that you see that you can articulate that would show that the opposite would have been true in releasing them in the structure that Nerd and Brad are suggesting, where you really release them? There's no benefit to doing that.
Not to them, no. Not to them, no. Because
why is it that you say that?
Because when you look at Netflix as a company as a whole, overseeing all the content that they have, they're going to make business adjustments based on the whole thing.
There's no probability that they made the wrong choice, is what you're saying.
Not for them. They made the wrong choice for us, the people who would have wanted to see it in a certain way. But they made the right choice for them. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, we're talking about Rebel Moon. There's 100,000 other things that are on Netflix right now that they're using this data to affect. So the wrong argument, we preferred it one way, but as far as their business decisions go, no, they made the right business decisions for them and the totality of what they do.
Well, and the other thing about it too is that, I mean, because Netflix also, I mean, one thing they did with this, they don't tend to do with like a lot of their big releases, whether it's series or movies. They did tons of merchandising with this too. They did, they did novelizations. They did, they had all. I mean, I got some back here on my shelf. I've got a Jimmy, Jimmy Bluetooth now. I got for Christmas. They had the, they had
show it off.
Okay, let me see. Okay, real quick.
You got to be like Scott and have that shit just to reach out and grab it and put it on the screen.
Yeah, get all your Rebel Moon shit ready to roll. Save it for the Jimmy scene so you don't spoil what a Jimmy is.
Just whilst
what are you laughing at, Ruth? What's so funny about a Jimmy?
No, just whilst Brad's getting his speaker, not his Jimmy. Do you know how obviously the time that they actually released these movies, it was around about sort of the Christmas period? That's correct, isn't it?
Yes.
William, if they'd like released them both together at the same time during that period, would have not have made better sort of viewing figures for Netflix?
No, because the initial ones were good enough for them.
Okay.
The ones that they got from the PG-13 were good enough for them. And like I said, their goal going forward
Bluetooth,
is to, like, you saw this when they did with Stranger Things. All right, when Stranger Things, the first 3 seasons came out, they just put them out there. You got your views, but you didn't get any consistency over that. A lot of people, what they're trying to prevent is people just leaving after they see what they want.
And churn,
yeah. So what this does for them, and it says, okay, if this demographic like this, and we know how long are they talking about it for? Or are they going to come back? Or are you just a fan of this and you're going to leave if you know there's nothing else coming? Because then you start your viewing habits, because most people forget to unsubscribe to things like that. They just keep it going. Yeah. There's whole apps out there like Rocket. There's whole apps that remind you and take it away, take it off for you. So you have a lot of people who are not compelled to unsubscribe. And if you keep the conversation going, that's what's going for them. If they were released everything else all at once like that, the conversation's over. They get a spike in views, which is nominal, but the conversation's over.
They had a lot of these too. They had this whole display at Walmart where they had like all again the Bluetooth. They had a lot of these Imperium warships, which they open up, because this was also meant to be a container for that popcorn, which is fucking delicious. That
by the way, put popcorn in it.
Yeah,
we are criticizing Netflix. I want you to say that out loud and just understand that is the equivalent of me criticizing.
Oh, that's a hit.
Stephen Hawking when he was alive about the theory of relativity.
So William, I'd like to ask Ruth, going back to what do you get out of this scene, Ruth, if you're Noble? What is Noble seeing when he pops a hole in this guy's head and then keeps bashing it in? What's going through the character's mind?
I mean, he's just determined, just obviously destroy him, isn't he? I mean, there's no way of buttering it up, really, is there? I mean, he's definitely all for taking the guy out. So
there
was no messing.
Well, like for this moment here, it's also about like making a point. He's telling them, okay, you're not going to do the harvest. You're not going to willingly.
Now, Brad, that's true from a logical standpoint, but we're running on the framework that Noble's not necessarily a logical person. So we're looking at it from Ruth's standpoint. It's not necessarily about making the point. It's about getting
you just made up calling Ruth a killer. That's hilarious. Oh, that we're subtly calling Ruth a mass murderer.
We want Ruth's commentary on the crimson grease that used to be that man's brains on the floor.
What's going on?
No, it's I imagine the only thing that made that better, I think, for Ruth is if Noble like took his finger, like put in that guy's brains and wrote the word "tra" with his blood on the floor.
yeah, it would definitely be enough for that.
Aaron. Cool.
By the way, does anybody else kind of get looking at the Imperium armor? Does anybody else kind of get a feel of like it's almost like samurai armor? It's like a futuristic kind of play on samurai armor.
No, I see more like modern special forces when I see it, or modern soldier infantry.
Like
when
the other thing
when
I kind of
see it.
see in is a little bit of Aliens. The Aliens. There's a
Dan, will you guys please stop propping these employees up as if they are gods who make the final decisions on everything.
If
Dan
somebody was
Lin-
listening in, William, what is he talking about?
Yeah, Dan Lin.
he's the new like head of film production with
film
Netflix.
production in Netflix, who works for like 3 or 4 different levels of people that finalize those decisions. And this whole so and so doesn't like so and so, it'll never work. It's business. You know, all these Dan Lin is a placeholder for the next Dan Lin. Those guys who run Netflix are pretty consistently there since the founding of Netflix. So don't worry about it.
So one thing about these priests is that they take very, very careful to choose what teeth are how dirty and how clean to make that pattern work out with the different.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but Aaron, you have something?
Hey, guess what, guys?
Yeah.
Dan Lin doesn't own fucking Netflix.
I feel you.
That's true. Yeah. And guess what else? Guess what else? You know, guess the other 2 guys who didn't like each other: Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds. And that really
Hollywood is full of people. When people are going to do business, when there's opportunity to make money and make legacy and make careers, it doesn't give a fuck about who likes who what.
Now William is.
Now it's like you see those pictures they're taking together.
Now he's his biggest fan.
Those guys are like they're like buddy.
You're Wesley Snipes. Blade's biggest fan. You were shitting on Blade for a whole year, and now you're Blade's #1. I was his fan since day one. I got the first Blade comic book from 1978. I'm William out
here. I could probably get it for cheap, though. I could probably get it for cheap because that's what we regard to the character.
Boy, here now. I think Jimmy's about my favorite character now in this.
Now get your Jimmy out, Brad.
Listen,
no.
Hashtag what's that white stuff?
I'm so not going to read into that, man.
All right, I repeatedly put the link in the thing. Spread the link if you guys can, because
yes, please do.
I might just anchor it to the top because you guys are probably all here. I don't know.
That's another thing that I really, as far as like the extended cuts, that really, as far as like any specific character, I mean, they all really benefit. But Jimmy in this version against like I almost liken him to Cyborg in Zack Snyder's Justice League as far as like a character who's like story, like because he's basically here in this part. And he shows up again at the end with the antlers in the PG-13 cut. This version, it's like he's shown throughout. Again, he's not in the recruitment mission, but he's shown on Vel. He's kind of on his own sort of little side quest of self-discovery. And
hashtag Brad the spoiler.
Okay, sorry, I didn't go into detail.
You were just about to go into details specifically about the character.
Well, the thing is, if you haven't watched it already, then what are you doing?
Exactly. That's why we held off a week on doing these watch parties so people could watch them independently one time.
We gave people at least a week to watch this by themselves.
Thanks, Aaron.
You didn't watch it fast enough, Ruth. I'm sorry.
Yes, Aaron gets it.
I'll be quick.
You can't have a life, Ruth. Sorry. Don't do that. You gotta watch the movie first, then.
I'll work quickly next time. I promise.
I'm sorry, Ruth. I didn't know that you didn't watch it.
Okay. I'm used to Brad. Don't worry.
Yeah. Anyway, Jimmy, I think as far as like characters,
Brad just continues to go on spoilers.
He goes right back into it.
I just said he's a particular beneficiary of this longer version. That's it. And damn it, my boy earned his Bluetooth. Okay.
Oh, you look at their armor. It's like there's like a design to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crest on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go around it. It reminds you of like samurai type gear.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
I almost renamed Brad the Spoil Giver.
Oh yeah, there you go. Do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, can anybody change his title on his little avatar there?
It's just me.
Yeah.
It's just you, is it? Okay.
I mean, technically me and William can, but I'm not.
Yeah, but I can just change it back.
Oh, I see, technically.
Guys, let's not have a fight over changing Brad's title. We all know Brad's the spoil giver and scar giver is what he likes to call himself.
No, so is that a scar giver because you've fallen over some rocks?
Yeah, that's well, or as Spidey pull, I fell over some rocks. Like I walked into a door, that kind of thing.
That's a different excuse for a whole different problem, Brad. You want to talk about it?
Not on here.
This is the best time to do it, man. 988 stream.
Look at the back of Jimmy's head. The antler thingy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the old antler aerials of the old Nokia phones.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Wait, what? The back of his head, the things on his back of his head.
Yeah,
those
those
look like
little electrodes.
They look like the old antenna. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of the old Nokia phones.
I think it's kind of cool too. The Jimmies that his face is not. He doesn't have a face per se. He doesn't have sort of like C-3PO where he's got some like an approximation of a human face. It's those eyes, but that's it. So that kind of calls. I mean, he's definitely got the talent to do this, but that calls upon Anthony Hopkins. Like really, he has to convey Jimmy's like entire emotional spectrum entirely through his voice because he doesn't have a face, a human approximated face to work with. So that kind of leaves Jimmy a little bit of like. He's more of an enigma among the characters because you're kind of discovering through this movie in a way that you don't with everybody else, just kind of where he's at mentally and what he's on his journey, because you can't see that through his face. You get it entirely through his body language and through his voice.
You know what Junior reminds you of? C-3PO.
Yeah,
like a prototype.
Yeah, he's C-3PO, but well, okay, that would be another spoiler. I can't say it. Apparently, I can't say it.
I'm surprised you haven't.
Yeah. Well, he's not. Let's say he's not as timid as C-3PO. He's not he's not lasers are blast off. He's not panicking. R2D2, where are you?
Wasn't he C-3PO voiced by a British actor? I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Anthony Daniels.
You will know it.
Anthony Daniels.
Okay.
So why do
I'm pretty sure Star Wars is like 99%
British actors.
Right. Yeah.
I was just about to say, so obviously after the second movie, do you guys feel as if like obviously they'll take as individual characters and run with like different kind of movies off the individual characters that were left, or do you think that's the
Yeah, that's the and that's actually because you guys mentioned Ray Fisher's Blood Axe earlier. That's actually kind of because his role definitely is a lot more compartmentalized than Cyborg. But that was actually I think the idea was that again and that's why he gets a prequel comic too. I think the idea was that it's the idea to set him up and also his sister up, is to set up for like a spinoff or like a prequel or a solo story where it's like we get a taste of him as this rebellion leader, within the context of working with other rebels and other characters in this movie. But because their legend precedes him so much in the story we're seeing here, I think the idea is this is meant to be like a springboard for something that's focused upon him as as a solo project or a side story. So, and of course, obviously, we're still waiting around to see like, okay, what's where they intend to take this. And by the way, it's speaking of Ray Fisher, it's like, and now we're not to his part of the movie yet, but I mean, it's how he's like 6'3" or something, isn't he? Because he just towers over everybody in this movie and in most of Justice League too. I mean, look at him in like that when he's in that mother box scene in ZSJL with the image of his parents. I mean, he just lords over everybody. I mean, the dude's a giant.
You know what I
Toothbrush and that.
find really well? That
What's that?
Oh, go on.
No, Aaron, after
Bruce?
you. No, after him.
All we're saying is that I reckon it's really good that with the casting of Jimmy, of him getting Sir Anthony Hopkins to do the voice.
Oh yeah.
To pretty much half the back of C-3PO being voiced by a British actor as well. You can really see the inspiration of Star Wars within Rebel Moon.
Yeah, that's actually something I'd really love to ask Zack at some point. Is because this, of course, people have seen him discuss on the press tour like this was, or I think the idea was that he conceived Rebel Moon like in film school, and then he hit upon the idea this could work within the Star Wars universe, and so he initially pitched it as a Star Wars movie, and that didn't end up going forward. And then he took that and made that its own thing on Netflix. So I'd be curious to like ask him like how different or how much would you have had to if you did end up making this as a Star Wars project, like what would this have how much would you have had to rework it? Like would there, I mean, I'm assuming like the main things he had to take out were like references to the Force and the Jedi and the Sith and things like that. But other than that, it's like how different would Rebel Moon be if it were Rebel Moon : a Star Wars story?
So do you think with the implementation of cybernetics, like with certain characters in this movie, that those represent the equivalent of a supernatural ability, not unlike the Force?
Yeah.
So when we get further in the movie, I'll maybe remind myself to bring that up.
The spoiler.
Yeah, no, I won't spoil it. But the other that, and then just how certain things kind of are done within the Imperium suggests that maybe cybernetics play a bigger role in things. So
yeah, well, and again, that's another thing where like maybe the Star Wars connection also might have carried over, because there's of course Luke loses his hand in Empire, and he gets the little cybernetic replacement that looks as good as a human hand. So there may be some connected tissue with what that was going to be when this was a Star Wars movie. Dark Knight absolutely. I don't know how much William is like if this is like William's going this far with it. Director's Cut's better than Dune, and I love Dune, but Rebel Moon has a better rewatchability factor for me. It's actually got and I've been noticing a lot of the commentary on the Director's Cuts. A lot of people have said like they see more of a Dune kind of quality to it in the extended cuts compared to the initial release. That's what I've seen a lot.
William, your thoughts?
Yeah.
It depends on what you're into too. What kind of these war movies you're into.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you're into more of a stark brutality, then this is going to do it for you. If you're into more of a messianic epic feel, then Dune, there's no comparison to Dune. So it all depends on where your mind is geared to. I mean, obviously the quality of Dune is going to be something different, because you're talking about a movie that they threw out all the stops for. I mean, every level of Dune is the top tier Hollywood stuff, and I'm not saying Rebel Moon isn't, but you're talking about where resources that were put into it. You're getting the elite as far as storytelling, pacing, and everything else goes. So, but if you're into just wanting to see, a war being fought from corner to corner, then Rebel Moon is going to be more, because there's a lot of cerebral stuff that goes into Dune that a person who is into that type of movie is just not going to want to sit through.
Well, and like the messianic stuff you were mentioning, because that's here in Rebel Moon with the like the elements of Princess Issa, but that's also mostly flashback stuff, and then there's of course maybe something a little bit at the end, part 2, that will kind of touches on that. But again, it's far more central to the main story of Dune. So yeah, it is a little bit of a. They're both space war movies that kind of focus on different ends of that. And now we're at the fight scene here, Cora's big fight scene, which William, I gotta say this whole hallway setup, it kind of reminds me of something. Her kicking ass against these.
Yeah, it reminds me of Silence. Is what it reminds me of.
See, you take me out, Aaron will cover for me. Double teaming.
I got to be quicker next time, I guess. I don't know.
So Ruth, try to keep your eye on the quality difference of this fight scene from the other one, and maybe.
Well, because like we said, there are a lot of instances that we were.
Oh yeah.
We were.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this scene.
Ooh,
Ruth.
wait till this blood starts flying. Yeah, because there are a lot of instances where we would say, a laser gun goes off and it.
Brad, give her a little room to watch it. Let her see it. It's about to happen.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a big action scene after a bunch of talking. Don't give it away.
You're gonna find this very delicious, Ruth.
Oh yes.
Obviously a lot of gore in it then, guys, is there?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to let us know how much gore, if it's enough. Does this
like
qualify for your 3Ds?
It'll be like coffee in the morning.
3Ds, William? Like coffee in the morning?
The movie's already qualified for that, literally like 20 minutes ago. So.
Well, the first version of this fight scene was coffee in the morning. This is coffee plus like a breakfast of like bacon and eggs.
So one thing that I was going to bring up was, and again, you guys touched on it the other day, like the likes of Star Wars. It took a while for Star Wars to gain momentum and sort of, like become like a sort of a cult following. Do you think that'll be something that'll happen with these movies? Or?
Well, that's actually pretty commonplace in Zack's filmography anyway, where like a lot of stuff he's done, it's like it gets polarizing reception initially, and then gains a lot of appreciation over time. We've definitely seen that with his DC work, and I think we've seen that with also with things like Sucker Punch. But now I'm going to just let this fight scene just kick ass. So until I get that point,
she cut a guy's leg off, Brad. Just
Oh, she's just getting started there. Oh, William. I mean, this is like the 10Ds here. You know what's weird too? When I first saw the trailer, when they had snippets of this fight scene in the trailer, I actually thought they were in a mine. This the kind of the setup here, looked like it was there inside of a mine to me. But that guy's face got blown off.
That was a good
she shot his face off. Like
his face, that. Like his head is still there, but the face is like blown off of it. Yeah. So it's like
Brad was talking about some mine, but there was a guy who got his face shut off. So
I said that guy got another one. Yeah, again, all of these again we were like as we saw the PG-13 cut where these dudes would get shot and again the blood would be either obscured or not shown. And I mean look at that, there's blood all over her arm and her blaster gun there. So. Yeah, they went to a hard.
Hey, Ruth, you know that show Let's Come Dancing. There should be a show called Let's Come Killing, and you should be one of the judges. 5, 8.
Ruth, does it pass the gore test?
Yeah, it certainly does.
Oh no! Wait a minute. You should have waited a second.
Good.
You should wait a second after that.
What number would you give it?
Wait, guys! There's a little cherry on top of the gore test in a second here.
Oh yeah, that was canny.
There you go.
I would definitely say an 8.9.
8.9.
8.9.
Shot a quadrant of this guy's head off.
And the fact that Jimmy did that sideways here, he's contemplating should I do this or not, and just bang. Yeah, what I was saying a minute ago is when he saw the initial 4-minute teaser, and it showed clips of this fight scene in there, like the environment inside of this inside that barn. It just for some reason it looked to me like, oh, this is like a fight scene inside of a mine on Belt. So that was kind of where a little bit different environment than I was expecting, but awesome fight scene that is very reminiscent of something that was very popular. It was made in Indonesia.
Can I just point something out, guys? Right. So they all came to the barn. There was one guy obviously reaching for a gun, and she bends over and shoots him in the head. Now these are people who have been grown like obviously grains, etc. And nobody let out a yelp.
It all happened so fast they were in shock. They were all in shock and it happened so fast. They couldn't react.
Just had to bring that up.
That was all in slow-mo, Ruth. You got to remember. That was all in slow-mo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were also. I mean, she's intervening too when they were about to rape that girl. So that's. I mean, it's kind of like their shock and their cries of someone come help was like that. That's where it was focused on. Then when she's coming and kicking these guys' asses, like it goes from like that to like silent cheering. That's it.
Wow, that's a good observation, Ruth. Wouldn't have thought about that.
So from the Admiral Noble point of view, Ruth, does that check out? So he's thinking as a logical person with a heart, but as a psychotic killer, would Noble think? I'm not saying you're a psychotic killer. I'm saying as a psychotic killer, what would Noble's train of thought be?
I mean, I think Spidey, we've covered it in 8.9.
Okay, that's it. You were just looking for you didn't care about anything else. It didn't matter if it was a mine or a barn. It was about the blood, the kill, the gore. Okay.
It's all about the kill.
Yes, but the only thing missing from like the raid influence there was just some dude getting jacked up against the wall by his head. So,
or put through a door and then.
Did William just tell me be careful?
No.
Oh, was that part of the movie? Oh, that was part of the movie. Okay, I thought William was saying be careful with like all the raid references. It's like. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the 4 people that are jumping up and down right now are on board with you, and one of them's on the screen right now with Aaron.
Well, if she covers for me, you try to take me off the screen and like stop spreading the gospel of the raid.
Dude, gospel requires an audience. You have to have people,
Listen, when we do that Life After Fighting watch party, okay, you guys are gonna be looking at me like, okay, William.
See, there's a difference between a following.
What the hell are you doing here?
And
then when I take you guys to Undisputed. And I take you all to everything else.
Driving out viewership.
I'm being as my recompense for Scary Movie and all this other nonsense.
Driving down the viewership that we built.
You guys are all going to be looking at me like, oh
like,
man, it's
like you're gonna be like, what is
William? Just give Brad the driver. Just let him have both hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah, as he drives us off the cliff.
I will drive. To Valhalla.
5 viewers a show.
To Valhalla in the flying car. Dort Knight says. Seen this fight scene at the Netflix event, got it practically a standing ovation. Was when they showed it, was it the PG-13 version or the R-rated version? I would think it's the PG-13 version they would start with. It's like which version of that did they show?
I like her flashbacks. I know some people don't like the whole flashback telling stuff, but I like her flashbacks. I like her backstory a lot.
Talk about Let's Come Dancing. With all the scandal that's coming out, I tell you what, a guy like Noble or even Art the Clown will probably be more safer for a dance partner for a woman.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take Art, mind you.
Well, Art is like, that's the thing is at least he's upfront about like what he's all about. It's like Noble, like he presents himself as like like, no, you can totally trust the space Nazi here.
Then that idiot Giovanni, blah blah blah.
Oh, so what? So it was from the director's cuts. The fight scene they showed at the Netflix event, but it was a premiere of the. Okay. So they showed the R-rated version of that fight scene at the Netflix event. Okay.
There was a movie. There was an R-rated theater event. Premiere.
Hey Ruth, I like that your timeline at the moment with the Art the Clown, and it's like
no, don't, because William doesn't like my timeline at the moment.
No, her timeline is
yeah, he doesn't like
Art the Clown is the most peaceful thing on that woman's timeline right now.
Oh come on, let's not go nuts, man.
I know he doesn't like it. Go on, you're not William. Don't like my timeline at the moment.
That timeline is traumatizing.
No, but the thing is that
I'll try and cleanse it.
A really cool picture of it, and it's like it's like Family Guy, but it's like has Art the Clown.
Yeah.
I really like that, and I really want Art the Clown cartoon in the style of Family Guy now.
No, you know the one I want to see is the Simpsons version of Art the Clown.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, so somebody do that because
Ruth,
that's like
you need to find it and post it.
I remember when the
Okay.
Simpsons movie was coming out, they had a thing where like you could upload your picture to this to the one like the marketing sites and it would show you like the Simpson version of what you would look like.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so somebody do that with Art the Clown, please.
I wonder what the South Park version of Art the Clown will be.
I would love to see what Kenny's reaction was.
Yeah, Kenny's like his first target probably.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna kill Kenny like 50 times just in that one episode alone.
Art, you killed Kenny, you bastard!
And he's gonna do his like silent laugh, like.
Somebody really needs to do some Art the Clown fan fiction.
No, they don't, because that's gonna get really crazy.
Have you seen William's face? The look of disbelief at the moment. William, how many viewers have we got on Twitter at the moment?
We've actually got right now 45. So yes, for the 45 of you watching through Twitter, if you have not already, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel because we are again getting closer and closer to 1,000. We are at 741 right now, so we want to get up to 1,000 as soon as we can. I'm going to put the link to the YouTube channel right here in the chat.
William, Brad, don't we have some kind of event going on today?
Yes, we also.
I just put it in there. So I'm gonna put a couple more in there. They changed their setup. I don't like.
How about this? How about this? Art the Clown meets the Raid fanfiction.
Might be onto something there. That's the thing. Art would be right at home living in that apartment complex, wouldn't he? Art would be like, this is like paradise for me, like living among all these psychos and killers.
I don't know. Not yet. He hasn't reached that point. There's a couple other people that are getting voted off ahead of Dracula. So,
which, by the way, anybody knew
what's this whole thing? Yeah, with voting people off the island.
That happened. There was a stream where Hunter was on yesterday that I was in the chat with, and he wanted to vote me off the island. So,
which, by the way, anybody knew that's also William's nickname for Nurkos Nostra as Dracula. Anybody who's kind of wondering the context about that.
He's going to reply now, aren't you, nerd?
All you got to do is take a look at it. Literally, go watch Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. All you're missing is a top hat.
Oh, man, that is so...
Well, in real life, Dracula was a prince, so you got to call him His Highness.
Vlad Tepes.
Vlad the Impaler.
You know where you got the name Dracula from?
Gladia.
Hi, Gladia.
Yeah, because his father was Lord, or it's Order of the Dragon. It's Turkish for Order of the Dragon. So La, when you add La onto something, that is son of. So Vlad Tepes was the son of the Order of the Dragon. That's what Dracula literally translates into. For those of you who care about history.
Which, by the way, now this is also, again, talking about how much more the sadism of the Imperium is like really ramped up. I mean, this is like straight up Holocaust imagery of they're like throwing human bones into the incinerators here, or into the furnace here.
So this is a new scene, isn't it? Obviously, yes.
Yes, this is new.
It wasn't in the last one. So Spidey, this is what I was talking about. Can you see how it's got this orange hue around it?
Spidey?
No, I just noticed a lot of the new scenes have this kind of orange hue around them.
Yeah, people have said that the color grading is different in the extended cuts, and yeah, you definitely notice that.
So, Brad, do you think Twilight of the Gods is going to be connected to that painting that she's looking at?
That's a good point, because I mean Zack has created some connective tissue with his Netflix work.
Well, isn't Twilight of the Gods supposed to be about Norse mythology?
Yeah.
And so didn't the Norse gods kill the giants off before the ice giants off before they came into prominence?
Yeah, I think is that how that goes? 'Cause I'm not a Norse expert by any means.
Okay. I mean, I'm not either. I'm just trying to think if that's.
I think I know. I think we're talking about. I think
connection.
that's what it is. Yeah, and that's also as far as like the connection to Army of the Dead, because the theory I've been going by is the resurrection kind of liquid that plays a role in this movie, and the Women of the Imperium. That my theory is that finds its way to Earth through some kind of alien means in Army of the Dead, and it's experimented upon in Area 51. So, and it's like they get it kind of right, so they can reanimate dead dead tissue, but they don't bring it back with sentience. They bring it back as zombies. So that's my theory about like how Army of the Dead and Rebel Moon are connected is through that is again the revival fluid again finds its way from one end of the universe to the other on Earth, and we kind of get instead, because we can't perfect the formula. It's like we get zombies instead of like revived humans.
So Ruth, do you think this scene demonstrates good parenting skills? Should a parent be teaching their children to be an effective killer if the kids to grow up to be at a competent Admiral Noble level psychotic murderous mass?
I do, but I do think there should have been modules given out, so there should have been sign-offs to make.
Maybe the paperwork's done off screen though.
Carrie right here. I got to interview him about years ago. It wasn't for this. It was for the guy.
I mean, this guy's teaching his daughter how to kill her way to the top. You see what I'm saying?
Honestly, it's a necessary in this world. I'm telling you.
I think if you're why neglect the kid if they're showing the propensity to be a killer? Why neglect the kid, right?
Did you, Brad? I think we've got a new gentleman in the chat called Leon, who's saying hello from Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool, man! I got some friends actually from Jamaica. One of my teachers, one of my senseis actually was from Jamaica too. When I did Shotokan, he's from Jamaica. And Leon, how's it going, man?
Hey, Leon.
I got friends, a couple people I trained with. They were in.
This is all going back to the raid, isn't it?
No, not really the raid, but
William, you're taking it there now, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I just saying it's like there's guys I've trained with. They're from Jamaica. Again, one of my teachers.
And they watch the raid, right?
I'm sure they have.
Presumably.
Hey, Ruth, we got a fellow Commonwealth citizen with us now.
Yes, that's true. We just need some Canadians in here that'll make it perfect.
I like this battle scene. I like being able to see
he actually says
going
also,
back and
my
forth.
girl asked if Rebel Moon was a ripoff of Star Wars, but I didn't even think of it. I was so offended now, this confession, feeling silly. She went from not liking the initial release of Rebel Moon Part 1 to being geeked by Part 1's director's cut, so think on that fact. Yeah, again, like I said, like a lot
that's awesome.
is the consensus is the extended cuts or the versions that have gained the most positive reaction. But anyway, one of my senseis, when I did Shotokan karate specifically in college, he was actually a professor at the engineering department, and he also ran the karate club on campus. So I trained with him for several years, and there were a couple of people in there that were also from Jamaica. And, one guy specifically, his name was Diallo. And Diallo, if you're watching, how's it going, man? In fact, I'm going to shoot him the link to this after we wrap up, because I'll say, hey, this is what I do now on YouTube, and you got a name drop at this timestamp. But he was stateside on a student visa, and so he was here for like 3 years, and so trained together, we were really good friends, and he had headed back to Jamaica like a year after he graduated, his visa expired.
Brad, to your earlier kind of what you were talking about with the connections to Army of the Dead.
Enough
Dark
about
Knight
all that.
brought something
Look
up.
at this. I got it framed. So pretty.
Aww.
Awesome.
Aww.
Oh,
whatever you guys
William,
are
that's
talking
a
about.
lovely picture, that.
It sits right next to Stanley.
Oh, I do. I love it.
Yeah. No. It sits right next to Stan Lee. That's how you say it.
That was dreadful.
It was dreadful, like you, Brad.
It was dreadful, Brad. We're now seeing the flashback to Jimmy on Velt.
Oh, it's continuing.
I can do this all day.
Talk about Star Trek. I would like to know whether Zack Snyder is a fan of Star Trek as well.
Yeah,
because it'll be interesting to see his take and his version of what a Star Trek movie could be without being Star Trek, like what he's done with Rebel Moon.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see that too. Yeah,
because the only ones that we've been getting is bloody parodies.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I would like to see like a serious version of that.
Actually, a very on that note, the most pertinent question of all to ask that I am in no way mentioning now because William is right here is to ask Zach his thoughts on where he would rank Galaxy Quest in the pantheon of Star Trek movies. Is it number 8 for you, like it is for other Star Trek fans?
See, you can tell that when somebody doesn't have the proper regard for Star Trek when they mention shit like that in the same sentence as Star Trek.
I didn't create the poll, dude. It was Star Trek fans voted in.
Yeah, and look
I love Galaxy Quest, but I don't associate it with Trek.
Nah,
those people who do are the dead weight of Star Trek.
You know what? I was watching like photos of people dressed up like in cosplay at the Star Trek convention in Vegas, and there was stupid idiots dressed up as characters from Galaxy Quest. I was like, "Are you serious?
They dressed up as the Thermians.
Are you asking for a beating?"
They had Orville people in there too. But here's the thing, though. They showed up, and I met some of them. They weren't using their status as Orville lovers or Galaxy Quest lovers to try to bash Star Trek. That's what these people who make these polls and saying this is more Star Trek than Star Trek. I'm like, can you not read the label of where it says what's Star Trek and what's not? So
they weren't coming in to like troll people.
Yeah, and it's a lot. Okay. There's a lot of crossover audience with Orville, and Seth MacFarlane's one of them. But like I said, it's the show itself, the shows themselves and the movies themselves. It's when people try to use them because they don't like what's currently going on in Trek. So instead of watching the 50 million minutes of that they do like, they want to use these other shows to shit on Star Trek. So the shows themselves don't bother me at all. The shows being used, like when you make a poll like that, you're being divisive. You're being a shit starter, and you're doing that to piss off people who are enjoying current Trek. That's my opinion.
See, I like Galaxy Quest, right? But I wouldn't put it in the same vein as Star Trek. It's its own thing, mixed with a little bit of parody within it, like a little sprinkle.
I mean, if anything, it does come close to the silliness that was some of the original series, but it's still not actual Star Trek.
Yeah.
It comes close to the silliness of Star Trek, but it's not actually Star Trek.
It's like when Jim Carrey, played.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
What's going on? Honestly,
that's where I first.
It's from Ace Ventura.
Yeah, when he's on the plane. That's where I first picked up as a kid, like the whole way. The
now you see where the mute Brad movement is coming from.
Brad can't be muted. He's immortal. His voice penetrates all.
Yeah, you might want to edit that out.
Your voice does what now, Brad?
My voice.
Don't, Spidey. No.
We're gonna get demonetized on the chair.
Yes, we are getting.
We're gonna get demonetized for SA because of Brad's voice can't get control of its penetration.
Oh,
Flag. No penetration on the sci-fi.
No penetration on the Sci-Fi Center, Brad.
Well, there is a Rebel Moon.
Vocal
Oh
or
my God.
otherwise.
A lot of dudes are getting stabbed
Vocal
here.
or otherwise. Get consent,
No.
Brad. It's important.
I've gone red.
I think
Stop it.
Bruce and I are going to die now.
No.
Maybe Bruce and I should just pack it in and go. Yeah, no.
No, Aaron,
Oh,
we're not allowed to be bad because we got wrong the last time.
Well, on that note, here's
Yeah,
Charlie Hunnam.
we're good girls, eh? We're good girls.
Well, on that note, here is the arrival of Charlie Hunnam as Green Arrow. I mean, as Kai. Excuse me. I must be thinking of somebody else.
I've got a question for Nerd. If that's all right, Brad. Just 2 seconds. Nerd, did you prefer the sort of the director's cut of this one or the second one more?
I prefer the director's cut of the second one, just because it just felt like it had more action to it.
Okay.
But I mean, I understand why. I mean, I understand this is just really setting up the story in the world, but I definitely prefer the second one. But I prefer some of the characters in this one that didn't make it to the second one.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, I mean, I wasn't happy that one of the main characters. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be a spoiler at this point, as far as Nemesis goes.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was my favorite character.
Is that a new Michael Myers poster behind you?
I mean, it's the same one I've had up for a couple months now.
I don't recall seeing it.
Right next to Up.
And it's a Harley Quinn, yeah.
All right, I don't recall seeing him, Jack.
Oh yeah, I've had him up for a couple months now. Yeah, like a month and a half.
Guess I wasn't paying attention to you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it happens.
And Asshole of the Week award goes to William K.
Brad.
Powell.
Correct.
What's going on, fourth?
Asshole.
Speaking of
the
asshole,
week. I've taken that championship with honors, with flying colors.
Where is fourth?
He's in the
Yeah,
chat.
here in the chat.
You sent them the link, right? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get kicked off of
the link
Instagram
is
for?
for?
Did you get kicked off of yet another platform for us? Because I couldn't find you on Instagram.
He's on Twitter now, though, William.
Oh, jeez. That how fitting. All right, sure. Hey, we don't have any donations, man. That's kind of depressing. What's up? You guys don't love this movie?
I think we can get donations if we get Brad to watch disaster movie or somebody heard about that scary movie.
Wow,
I guess.
Blast.
No, scary movie.
The ways the blast just literally takes their heads away. It's like,
Could we have a scary movie 2 back to back, like a twofer, like a double feature of Scary Movie 2? Watch Scary Movie 2 twice and make Brad watch
You
it.
should just literally watch it on repeat till we reach a goal. We should set a goal and just.
You should do it from 2 o'clock until the show starts.
I know.
And if he gets off, he owes you whatever money's being donated during the
He'll
event,
just never
during
come
the
back.
sub event.
He'll quit the show then. I can see that happen. That might be the that'd be the camel approach.
Just make sure you get his credit card number, William. Whatever. This is as long as you get that, you can charge whatever the match donation is. Looks like fourth just shot you $5 talking about there's some pants. Somebody's pants has deep pockets.
Okay. Yeah. That was I don't know if I've laughed as hard as or like any comment in the chat when we got the donation for William's pants like a week ago.
But there was the fact that William's pants came up and then I absolutely split my side. Then William's bed came up straight after.
Oh yeah, the bed. What did you do to me, or why did you hurt me? I'm like, yeah.
Hey William, did you make one of those Tiltify graphics like you usually do?
Yeah, but it's not. I did. It's not when you share the link. It's not showing up. They changed their format.
Can you put like a screenshot on of your screen or something like that?
Well, it's at 0 right now. I don't know.
Well, I'm just so people know what we're doing because The pants are getting more donations than the charity, man. It's kind of.
That's what I say. But
Your pants are greedy, William. Between your greedy pants and Brad's penetrating voice, I don't know if this is the same
Can we
stream
not-
to be
yeah,
on,
That might
dude.
be the
not use
no.
that
We're
word.
walking that shit back right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to.
Don't ever say that again, man.
No.
As I mean, I guess for the Rebel Moon, director's cuts, I mean, like the step up in like adult humor and jokes and language is maybe fitting.
William, can you not bring the charity link that we used to bring up?
No, it's not letting me. Yeah, I'm trying right now. If it's
Are we trying to bring it on screen?
Well, no, they yeah. Hold on.
Brad, do your little hacking ability skills.
Hacking ability that I didn't know I.
You're like the
had.
hacker. You're like the hacker on the Sci-Fi Center, right?
Oh, I see what you're.
No, I'm not the hacker on the Sci-Fi
Wow.
Center.
Just enhance a couple of times and make it work. Start hitting your keyboard really fast.
Okay.
Oh no, it sounds like a woodpecker when he does that shit.
Is that okay? I hope that helped.
There we go.
Yes. So this is our charity running through the Rebel Moon director's cuts into.
Hey, Brad, is there a way?
Twilight of the Gods?
Can you scroll down to where maybe they can? They can.
William has to do that. He pulled up.
Oh.
Do what?
William
Scroll,
has to do that.
like get something going where they can see where they can, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, here's a link.
The
The link is in the chat, but the link is right there, just right where it says donate.
Got it.
So they've obviously changed it since the last time you were using it.
Yeah, I don't like this new format. They said they warned me that they were changing it at the end of the last campaign. I'm like,
yeah, wasn't it like dark or something, like a dark mode?
Yeah, you can change that, but
Green.
it's like the whole when you share it on other places, it brings up the picture, the graphic that you've chosen, and now it just gives you the link, and nobody pays attention to this. Links.
Do you think that you could put your browser on dark mode? Do you think that would maybe help clarify the, or no?
Nah, I don't think that would make a difference. I think the link bringing up the actual, like when you post it, because I would be posting it. The last campaign, I would post it everywhere, and it would bring up the same screen that we would all see. Now it's like,
yeah, you used to have nice graphics up during the event, and I think that would help people get motivated too.
Yeah.
It looks like Clint is in the chat with the duck. Just to remind William of Howard the Duck.
Hey, Clint.
Hello, Clint.
Hey, Clint.
Fourth, are you not coming on? No.
So there's a little more of a village / love story / repairing the ship story.
Yeah, with Eris.
going on.
Eris also really gets a lot more to do and more of it to his story and the extended cuts as well.
Yeah, he gets to play tug of war
I love
with the
that,
spaceship.
that Zack has given newcomer actors a chance in this.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see more of these young actors in the future.
Well, that's been kind of that's something he's done really throughout his career, and like I mean, he's like the his whole Justice League cast. I mean, other than Ben Affleck, I mean, everybody was pretty much they were either unknowns or up and comers at most, and they've all gone on to be big stars now, and you see that with a lot of his cast, like Oscar Isaac, he pulled into Sucker Punch before he was a star. So it's a pretty common trait across his filmography. He's really got a great eye for like catching people before they like really break out, and really giving them kind of a stepping stone to their big break. How's it going, Clint?
And speaking of one of those actors, Gal Gadot looks really good as the
Evil Queen. Yeah.
Oh my God, she absolutely looks fabulous.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hi, Clint.
So Clint decided to leave a little bit early.
I think out of all of them, I think Gal Gadot has become the biggest star.
Yeah, she's definitely really, really gone up. I think Jason Momoa also is definitely really. And again, I keep saying this when we talk about the Crow reboot coming up. It's like because he was attached to that at one point. Is Eric Draven? It's like, why you guys got it so backwards? He would have been so great as Top Dollar.
That movie would have still bombed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say the same, and I think probably correctly you've said the same about the Brandon Lee movie. Absent, this unfortunate passing, would not have done well.
The Brandon movie without 9 Inch Nails would be less.
Yeah, that soundtrack is can't be that soundtrack.
The Crow soundtrack is like
Stone Temple Pilots made that soundtrack though. The biggest hit on that soundtrack was The Big Empty, and that's in the movies for 3 seconds, but they marketed the shit out of that song.
Okay,
man.
So this whole kind of section with Jimmy, like he repairs the ship, and they kind of spot him off on the horizon. That this is kind of weird. It's kind of reminded me of. Has anybody here seen Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, specifically the Kenneth Branagh and Robert De Niro Frankenstein?
I think so.
Because there's the whole part where he's like hiding in the one family's their pigsty, and they're trying to harvest their crops during winter, and they just can't do it because it's all frozen, the ground's frozen. So he just single-handedly kind of gives them like a whole like season's worth overnight, and they develop this. He does it anonymously. So they're just completely taken aback. It's like, oh, this is the good spirit of the forest of this forest. That's actually I kind of flashback to that with this, or it's like Jimmy is just this good Samaritan showing up and fixing their ship, while they're asleep, and it wanted to fly. Fly is its nature, as Batman would say about cyborg's connection to technology.
That's Forrest's favorite line, and then it's Forrest's favorite line.
Oh God, that shot is gorgeous. Yes, I thought, because I saw this kind of floating around a little bit before I actually played the movie. When the director's cut drops, I thought that looked like that's something out of a comic book to me right there.
Yeah, he's good with the comic book shots.
Yeah, that music after the dinner scene in the Crow. Oh my God.
I wonder they haven't really like focused too much on the soundtrack for the Crow for the new one coming up in the marketing, so that kind of makes me wonder like how pertinent or how prominent is that going to be to it. Oh, and of course we're about to meet Ray Porter. His
that's
his
Darkseid.
Yes.
Was he in the raid?
He might have been. Who knows?
he watched it with Brad once.
It's weird. I could actually kind of see him as like if they ever actually get that American remake that they've been trying to do for like 10 years off the ground. I could see him being like the main, kind of like the main villain who like rules over the apartment complex. I could actually see he could probably embody that guy pretty well. I think his name is Tama in the raid. So I could see Ray Porter like embodying like that kind of crime boss who's got a whole apartment complex of psychopaths living under him. It's like I think he could do that. It's like if they, because they, for those who may not know, it's like they've been trying to do a American English language remake of The Raid for so, and the reason why they're so determined to do that is, or why that's been on the cards is, as Gareth Evans explains, that was written into the contract for like the financing of The Raid 2 is Sony doing an English language remake of the first one, but they for whatever reason they just haven't been able to get that off the ground. So
Brad, why? Why?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't get it either. So I mean, and guys like Frank Grillo have kind of come floating in and out. I think the Hemsworth brothers have too. I think.
I hope it dies.
Yeah.
Make a Raid 3 instead.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is that Aaron. I mean, funnily enough, I think we have seen like an English language remake of the raid recently. It was called Life After Fighting. Well, I mean, come on.
Someday we'll get to see it, Brad.
Yes, and when we do, how can I make my profile picture bigger here? Yeah, and when we do, when I do that, and when I introduce all of you to the Undisputed franchise and all these other things I'm backed up on, watch parties, when that glorious day comes, I will be accepting your apologies.
We'll watch it before the disaster movie, okay?
The fuck we will. Okay.
Okay,
that
then we'll watch
first.
it after. We'll watch it after disaster movie.
We get disaster movie out of the way. It's behind us forever. Then we get this stuff that's actually cinema.
Well, we'll be having that watch party at the 25th of this month.
What for the disaster movie Life After Fighting one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. We need.
Because on the 18th we'll be doing like part 2 of this.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing is we're a little bit backed up now because we want to do. We got those. We got some ones we want to do of Alien for Romulus. So yeah, we're kind of.
And we were going to do one for the original Crow.
Yeah, for that too. So we gotta get.
We'll probably do that around like the 22nd.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. So we gotta get a few of these streamlined in the coming weeks. Like I said, I need to just jot down like everything, like a list of it.
What about the
like
Terminator-a-thon?
Yeah, because we got that. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So we've got like August is like finally just like everything we want to like do with like a tie-in watch along with is just kind of like caught up all of a sudden. So we got to like streamline everything, but. I'll get that list jotted down. But
the release date of the Crow is the 22nd of August.
Yeah.
So we can always do the original Crow at the same time as the release date of the original Crow, which will be pretty interesting.
Yeah, but mark my words.
We can do it as like a nighttime stream.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that.
Howard the Duck coming in October.
Mark my words, okay? Everything I just said, Life After Fighting and Undisputed. And all these other things, all these other franchises, again, because Vince has shown me how to do watch parties without William around, so I don't need any of his sites driving on that anymore. So I'll do that. And when we've done all those watch parties, again, I will be accepting your apologies.
Brad, I'm just curious. People? Do you know the time? Aaron asked you if you could do a nighttime stream from Australia. Do you know the time difference between Australia and East Coast?
That's another thing too. Yeah,
you might be up at 7 o'clock in the morning doing a stream.
No. He's committed.
No, it's 9 a.m. at the moment here.
And what time is it there, Brad?
It's for me, 7 o'clock
p.m.
Yes,
got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 14-hour difference. For,
well, that was why Aaron and everybody. That's when I interviewed Brent Foster, because I think if memory serves, I was talking to him about 10 o'clock my time, and it was about noon for him, because the time difference, it was a 14-hour time difference between us. So, but I mean, I'm used to doing that for interviews. I interviewed Tiger Chen a while back. He's Keanu Reeves' buddy from The Matrix, Man of Tai Chi. I interviewed him a few years ago, and I had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and to do that interview because there was a 12-hour difference between because call him in Beijing.
All right, you got it. So whatever time.
The thing is, I think it'll be better because like I'm alright getting up in the early hours in the morning to do stuff because it works out better for all you guys in the Northern Hemisphere.
Okay. What's just that?
Because pretty much after this, we'll be going to bed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think because it's for like weeknight streams like that, it's like I just don't want to interfere with for you guys. Like, yeah, I'd hate for you to be able to miss out on anything we want to do watch parties on like that. If it's like the time difference interviews of like with like work or family life or anything of that nature.
Because also the fact that when we did that stream for, what was it, Independence Day?
Yeah.
Ruth couldn't participate in it because she was like in a really bad and awkward time for her.
Thanks, Erin.
That's one way of putting it, I guess.
Thanks, Erin. I feel
what's
the
wrong?
love.
What did I say?
I feel the love from you. So thank you.
Listen, it's 200 years later. We can leave it in the past.
You mean a month later? Like a month and a half later?
Don't feel bad.
No, I'm talking about the aliens. I'm talking about the aliens.
Yeah,
Erin,
well, it's Western
appreciate
National
you.
Holiday now. We kick the aliens' asses, so we're not. It's not the Boston Tea
All right.
Party. We're like doing anything about it now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've ran a couple of these with the hangover. So
Now I feel like shit now. I feel like shit now.
I don't. I knew why you were.
She's not actually part of the royal family or ever served in the Royal Military or the Royal Navy, guys. She'll be fine. Like,
No,
I'm just gonna get an imaginary gun, put it to my hand.
not on a 988 charity stream.
No. No. We just need that one like prediction from The Simpsons to come true. It's the episode where it's the flash forward to Lisa getting married, and she's marrying a guy from the UK, and Homer takes him to Moe's, and Moe says, "I like a British boy. We saved your ass in World War II. Yeah, we saved your ass in World War III." So it's like we need that Simpson prediction to come true.
That was the worst British accent ever, Brad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you guys not accustomed to my horrible accents yet?
Well, if it comes to
it's all about yanking.
already in World War III at the moment.
Say again, Aaron?
I said, according to some political pundits, we were already in World War III.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's just news and commentary.
Fourth is all about the yank, not the wank. As far as the Independence Day goes. He yanks it. He doesn't wank it. He yanks it. That's what he's saying. Go USA. That's what he's talking about. The Yanks.
Oh, God.
It's not me. It's Fourth. I'm just reading off what he's saying because he hasn't joined us on the stream yet. That's all.
I remember we actually did this. Oh, by the way, before I get that joke, the Ray Porter's death scene here also is definitely
hashtag Brad the spoiler.
Well,
how do we know?
Oh yeah.
What if the Bennett was going to show mercy? What if he was going to show mercy, Brad? Mercy.
Yeah, the giant bird was totally going to has talent.
He showed mercy to the guy the last time, and the guy kneeled in front of him. He's like, I could have, bit your head off, but I showed you a way to.
I
put my back to
it's
something.
markedly more violent here.
On my back.
I think the next one is where the next planet they go to is with Jamon Hansi, right? Oh God, look at how much! Look at he's carrying two halves of Ray Porter there, and his blood is just flying all over the place. I would love to talk to Ray Porter about just the experience of being killed.
So
by
Ruth,
a
from a psychotic killer standpoint, when it comes to tentacle penetration, not vocal penetration, tentacle penetration, is that a different kind of stimulation, or?
Yes, I think it definitely.
I'm not saying that we're talking about you, Ruth. I'm talking about from the framework of a psychotic killer, so we can get inference on the noble character for character study reasons.
Yeah.
Wow, people complain about me being rude and vulgar.
I'm not talking to Ruth or about Ruth specifically. I'm talking to Ruth about her opinion about a character in a movie.
We just got a donation. We see who's this list.
That's awesome.
Oh, this is so good. William, come back. We got to pull up who this is from. We got a donation. Scroll down, show who this is. Who donated.
What?
This is so good. You guys refresh.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, look who donated.
Who donated?
Joss Whedon's parents. Zack.
Well, thank you for the
shots
donation.
fired. The war begins.
No.
Generous and truthful. Okay.
So when is Justice League being shown again?
Yeah, I only know one person with that donation or with that mindset. He's a little crazy. I wonder if it might be
Joe. This
Yeah.
You know, I keep clicking on the donate part, and all it does is bring me to a login screen.
Yeah, they fucked up the format.
You got to
But, I mean,
log
listen,
in to
dude,
donate.
No,
whoever that was, seriously, if you troll us all you want, but thank you for the $50 donation for AFSP, man. It's like,
Well, he's not trolling you, Brad.
Yeah.
Or she, or they, or them. We don't know who it is.
You should be able to do it through that one right there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, why has the layout changed so much too? For
I don't know, but it's kind of confusing.
Because this is like totally different from what
Yeah,
it was.
it is. Yeah, it's totally different, isn't it? It was much better when it was the green, like the green kind of screen.
They think William
William,
gamed the system, so they changed it. They flipped the script on him.
Game shit.
So William, can you still put like how you had the little marker on when you'd like obviously reached the goal and then
I just put it at 100 for right now, just as a to get us started.
Oh, we're back to green, huh?
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah. Green.
Yeah, now I can make heads or tails of the
follows the
website.
money.
Who indeed, Dork? Who indeed? You want to pull that up, Brad?
For the donation?
Dork Knight's comment?
Well, I mean, it's like I don't.
What's going on?
Because I don't want it to feel like I'm calling anybody out. But I mean, there's his name was suggested a minute ago. And it's like, I mean, I'm not here for like YouTube views with anybody. So it's like,
Brad, I don't think you're catching the wink on the.
Oh yeah, the wink. Oh. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Literally spelled out in front of you.
Oh yeah.
I only mentioned Joe because I know he really wouldn't care.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Joe then. Guys, if anybody's watching on Twitter, if you can jump across to the link that William's put below for YouTube, and then obviously like and subscribe. It all helps the channel, and it's much appreciated. Thank you.
Yes, and we will totally tolerate like praise for Joss Whedon if either adding to our growing subscriber base or sending donations to AFSP.
Wait, like, you're allowing people to have opinions, Brad? People with money who want to donate to have opinions?
I'll permit it in this instance.
Thanks for charity rules, Brad.
And also, guys, if you're new viewers, Brad absolutely loves the scary movie.
No, he
loves scary movie.
And Spidey did too, so we're going to be finishing this stream without them because it's their bedtime now. So, yeah.
Okay, I just had a look at the release date of Alien Romulus, and it's the 16th of this month.
Yeah,
so we can do the first Alien watch along on that day.
Yeah, which one do you want to do for that? Do you want to do the original Alien, or how do you want to do that?
Probably do either one of the first two because Romulus takes place in between them. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe the first one.
I actually got to see that theatrically a couple of months ago when they did the theater re-release. It was just me and one other dude in the theater, and this one guy who I'm about 95% was drunk, but because he just kind of slowly tilted over in his chair. But I did tell him about the channel, so he might be on our subscriber list. Well, I don't think William has any particular thoughts on. I thought it was okay. I'm not a big Stitch guy myself, but as far as design,
what? What I'll do? I'll sometime tonight my time, I'll go on the Discord and type up all the
Well, we
release
made our
dates.
goal for the day.
Oh, we got another donation.
Yes.
Let's give a round of applause to everybody that's participating.
Who donated this time? Zack Snyder is better than Josh. We surpassed it. We got.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get.
Oh,
the right
for crying out loud!
So,
Okay.
so
No.
is,
I'm pulling this up. Okay.
So
and that's
this
how
is
you get it. Yeah, this is the fight with Nemesis and Hamada.
well,
I mean
was gonna say,
Harmada.
This
Excuse
is the
me.
character that
Yeah, the
Nerd said he
spider,
liked.
the spider creature Hamada. She's fighting Hamada right here. This is the character she's fighting? Is the character's name is Hamada? No, I got to pull this up for this donation because this is like I reserve the right for who this intended. I don't know who this. You know what? I'm pretty sure who it was, but you know what? It's related to me, so I'm pulling this up. And that's going to sound like a very poor choice of words in a second here, I'm sure. Yeah, we got $100 donation apparently from my pants.
Hey, it was about time somebody trolled you, not William.
Brad's pants are awesomer.
There you go.
Yes, my pants got us past our goal today.
So William's pants are greedy, and yours are.
Mine are very generous. Mine are very open. Mine are very
open. Vocal penetration.
Why did you say that?
Generous open pants.
I couldn't help myself.
Brad's got generous open pants, everybody. So whoever wants to stop by and hang out, Brad's got generous open pants. So, and people put money behind that, so they mean it.
By the way, I should probably disclose my pants. All they made the donation entirely $1 bills.
What?
You're a stripper, Brad?
Yeah, I just thought he had open pants, but now I guess there's more to the story. You want to expound, Brad?
It's Brad's stripper pants.
Your open pants that moonlights as a stripper. Where do you fit your Kung Fu Kingdom, or dare I ask? Is it all connected? How do you get these interviews, really? Is the open pants part of it? Do you meet the clientele at the strip club? Where is this going, Brad?
It's an all need to know basis, but my pants are also the bouncer, too.
Your pants are the bouncer?
Yes, they are.
So you got bouncy pants that are open and generous.
We're talking about my pants while we have this awful spider fight going on.
Oh,
I mean,
Christ.
your pants being so generous and open. And
there you go.
No,
hit our goal today, but as Dort Knight says, yes, if we can get to 300, that'd be awesome too. But my pants are they are now. That's it for them today. So Williams pants, will they be donating? Or Williams pants going to be?
Oh, Williams pants are greedy. Remember, Williams got greedy pants.
Is he going to keep having the Scrooge pants?
You're gonna have to get some. You're gonna have to get some.
Is William going out to Sister Kim's? I can always tell when William's going to collect his food because he puts his cap on.
Puts his hat on and takes the walk.
Hey, William, is Sister Kim's giving the specials out yet?
Yeah.
He's gone.
I know of, no.
Yeah. Well, it's good to know if they are. But yes, can we get 300 big ones, guys? That's triple our goal already.
Hey, if you get 300 more big ones, then maybe Brad's pants will even get more generous.
Okay, we're done with that, man.
This was a great
Brad's
scene,
pants are giving.
The scene with the spider. Now that we've talked about Brad's pants for a while,
I'm actually not. I'm not fond of spiders at all. I'm kind of an arachnophobe.
But they're little sad spiders because their mom died.
Yeah.
Boy, I bet you hated Lord of the Rings: Return of the King on that.
No.
The one that really freaked me out.
Maybe this explains why I didn't, really go any further with the series at the time. Was the second Harry Potter. Because I was saying the same thing as like Ron Weasley. Why couldn't it be like the Chamber of the Butterflies or something like that? Those giant spiders are freaky. Those are like really like lifelike spiders the size of Godzilla.
I would love a tarantula as a pet.
I would no. I would be like Marvin Home Alone if I like with the tarantula now.
Tarantulas are cool.
You think you're not like Marv on Home Alone already, dude?
Well, do I look like it?
Does Marv
one of the wet bandits?
Does Marv have open pants as well?
Well, apparently, like one trait I share with Marv is apparently I can like get beaten up and like survive anything.
My kids, yeah. Hey, William, you got to show those pants off before you go to Sister Kim's. The chat's demanding it.
Okay.
Oh, this is another thing that was omitted from the initial release that I really enjoyed, because this in the trailer was the whole part with the fireflies here. Because this is such a beautiful scene in the trailer. I really want to see it in its full context, and it's Jimmy again on his self-discovery, his kind of side story within the context of the movie. But
they're like the Firefly Police.
Well, no, I just wanted to see the firefly scene.
No, they see the lights. They changed from red.
Oh
to
yeah,
blue,
true.
like
Well, and see that,
Police.
and that's the thing too, because this would have been so perfect at Christmas when it initially was when it first came out, because it's like it's the colors of Christmas. There, all it's missing is green.
You think of police lights for Christmas colors?
No, red and blue, and then add green. That's the color of Christmas.
I suppose.
When did blue become a color of Christmas?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. But hey, different parts of the country, namely Brad's house specifically, have different traditions, and maybe blue is a big Christmas color.
Actually, in some Nordic countries, Saint Nicholas wears blue.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, that's very true.
There you guys have it.
Aaron.
But we here in America, it should be red, so everybody should be red.
But Brad, they did it a little different, Clint.
Yeah, it's only red here because Coca-Cola.
It's colors of Christmas, okay? It's not one.
William, any thoughts on the Santa Claus color schemes?
No.
You gonna go full Megyn Kelly on us?
Oh,
before it's all over.
Oh, sorry, Murphy snuck up behind me, guys.
I don't know. I saw you jump. He's after your
Murphy,
pants.
come here.
That's what it is.
He snuck up and gave you a Murphy?
No, he just put his foot on top of my foot. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Your open pants got a Murphy, huh?
Come here. No. Hey, just walk this back, guys.
I'm sorry. Your generous pants got a Murphy. My apologies. Your generous open pants.
Come on, jump up. Murphy, come here. Murphy, come here. Come back. I'll be right back, guys. Murphy, come here. Come on, say hi to everybody.
If everybody's obviously like sort of rewatching this movie, what's your new favorite scene that's been on so far, but not
past where we're at?
Yeah, just that's for Brad, by the way.
Your breath stinks.
The spoiler-free version. I appreciated the flashback scene a lot more with it being more fleshed out, given more of like the history was of her.
What are you eating? You smell like a fish.
Well,
someday I'll get around to watching this.
Aaron, what about yourself?
I really like this version. I really do.
Was there a particular scene?
Pardon?
Was there a particular scene, like obviously how the like obviously it's re-edited to put new scenes in. Is there a particular new scene that you particularly liked?
Oh, more of the action sequences that was omitted out of the original.
Brad, what about yourself?
as far as like any specific scene or moment. I think the intro. I think the intro was a big one for me because the intro just kind of it set your mindset just is so different going in with the intro because it's you've seen what this conquering force what they're capable of, and both in terms of their military might and the level of sadism they're willing to sink to. So there's that also, and I think a lot of the Jimmy scenes too. Those really good because Jimmy like really again it's like he's for like as like a character in the Rebel Moon universe I really latched onto between both the extended cuts. I would say Jimmy is probably my big one. So,
how about you, Ruth?
Yeah, I mean, it's so far, to be honest with you. I think it was the the scene in the barn.
Okay.
I think that particular kill scene was very well executed, to be fair.
So it's Noble approved.
Yes, certainly is.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the more.
When did Ruth become a noble?
No, she's giving us the Admiral Noble perspective on kills from their point of view in the movie. So a psychotic character, we're trying to get a character study, and Ruth is our interpreter.
Ruth isn't psychotic; she's just cold-blooded.
No, but she's just giving us perspective. We're not calling her anything. We're not accusing her of anything because to this point, Ruth has not been. Well, it looks like she slipped away to get another kill in, but maybe not, right? Because we don't know.
Yeah. Maybe her internet had a hiccup. So, yeah, there she goes. She's back. Yeah, your internet kind of went out for a second there, Ruth.
No, it's all right. I think I'm doing like updates now for some reason. Yeah.
Oh, your neighbor was getting a little too nosy, huh?
I think it's the CID, isn't it?
Looks like Fourth 1000 has another super chat, Brad. Talking about the bowl cut haircut with the compared to Noble's hairstyle. I see that a little bit. That's an observation.
Like Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber.
Now you're not going to unsee it, Brad?
I mean, Zeus has it initially in Army of the Dead too, so. So I'll be right back, guys.
I figured you were going to say that fourth. That's the next one. So this is Carrie Ewells from the Princess Bride.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of new faces in this movie, though, which is quite nice and quite refreshing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. More explanation of kind of what she went through.
I'm always curious to sort of know, because obviously this wasn't released in cinemas, was it? It was just released to streaming, just to see how well it would have actually done in cinemas.
Yeah, I guess they had a couple of events here on stateside. I don't know if it was international or not. But they had a couple of events here where they were showing them in theaters, but no, there wasn't a wide release or anything like that. So.
Like that.
Would have you went to go watch this in the theater?
Do you want us to be totally truthful? Possibly, I possibly would have. Just because, because like us as a group watch these movies and I absolutely love a lot of like sort of Zack's films like Dawn of the Dead, etc. But would I, after I've watched the first one, would I have went back to watch the second one? 50-50 to be totally truthful. What about you guys?
Probably would have watched it. I've again, it's the bigger flaw is why not release the full version of the movie, regardless if it's in the theater or on Netflix or whatever. So even if it was in the theater, I think they should have still released the director's cut first.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think if they'd released the director's cut in the movie and I'd watched the first one, then yes, I would have watched the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But it caters for different people's taste, doesn't it? And I mean, at the end of the day, releasing the first one give opportunity to maybe a younger audience, sort of having a first contact. Yeah.
A younger audience seeing the women getting branded on the chest and kids bashing their parents' brains out to start a movie out. Get the kids in early.
I in this cut. I meant the other cut. Yeah, just get everybody on board. Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Erin, would you watch this in the movies? Like cinema?
Oh, that would be a dream, but no, in Australia they wouldn't do anything like this.
Very strict on the type of movies that get released.
No, because we don't get the opportunities like what America gets with having things like this in cinema based.
I see.
They do have like some stricter regulations on some stuff, like the Fallout games.
No, not really.
No,
not really.
Olympics.
Back probably about 10, 15 years ago, probably. But all our categorization of like R, MA and stuff like that had changed.
Well, that's good.
A little spine attached to the waist action going on here. Pretty cool.
It's right there. I just want to say fatality.
They're bringing another movie of that out, aren't they?
Say again?
Who's the cameo?
Who's the what of these gladiators?
The fighter right here. Yeah, this is an MMA fighter.
Oh yeah. What? Oh, why is his name escaped? That's not Gary Goodrich, is it?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Oh yes, I should know this. I might have to look that up, man. Like his name's on the tip of my tongue.
You're not even on your Wikipedia right now, bro.
I know. I got the Rebel Wikipedia up right now.
Hell, Brad?
It's not showing him. Or it's yeah. Well, it's a minor character.
Yeah, get on TV tropes, Brad. Minor.
No,
they spent a lot of money to get that guy here, bro. You gotta leave.
That looks like Gary Goodrich to me.
Look him up, man. Look up Gary Goodrich's film credits. Start from there.
Brad has been enamored with his pants.
Thank you.
Generous pants. Very open, very generous.
I had to go to the IMDb for it. You got Jamon Hansu. He's got the body of an MMA fighter. He's pushing 60.
There's more context in this scene as far as like the dialogue and what he's talking about. It makes a little more sense, or it makes it more clear, I should say, than it did in the other version. It's not much more said, but it just makes things more clear.
Oh no, it's Francis Ganu. That guy was Francis Ganu.
Oh no, is he an MMA fighter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought he was.
He's a big dude.
Yeah,
he looks a lot like Gary Goodrich,
his fights. Yeah.
You're an MMA fan, Ruth?
Oh yeah, watch everything. Yeah.
Well, it involves people getting hurt in blood, so.
I tried watching MMA, but all it was grown men hugging.
Some people say that about boxing sometimes, but you know, not me.
I thought that was wrestling.
Yeah, he was also in Fast and Furious 9 and Jackass Forever. Francis Ngannou.
You should interview him now. He's got film credits, Brad.
Yeah, I've interviewed a couple MMA fighters. Like I said, who I interviewed.
He's got the Zack Snyder connection. You might be able to get him to campaign for the Raid 3. You know, boom, boom.
I've interviewed Kung Lee. I've interviewed Randy Couture, and I've interviewed Anderson Silva.
Where's my Michael Jai White Sci-Fi Center interview, Brad? Since you're bragging so much, where's my Michael Jai White interview?
I mean, some of these watch parties I want to do in the future. I mean, maybe I can't make promises, but I mean that I've talked about like working my magic as far as like my background in journalism and interviewing. Like maybe what happened with Liam, maybe we can like get people to
watch the Dark Knight and then when have him pop up during the gamble scene and let him give his point of view on working on that great movie that William hates.
Oh, he shared some stuff with me when I the second time I interviewed him. Like one thing he was really emphatic about when I interviewed Mike was the perception of Heath Ledger as a method actor, and the idea that, or like the rumor that emerged in his after his death that he was just so consumed with the Joker persona that just kind of he just couldn't escape that, and that kind of led to his early unfortunate passing. And that was actually when Mike told me, it's like, no, it's like he did like the whole, you want to know how I got these scars, and then cut, and it's like, so anyway, I bought this house out in Malibu, and kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, I could tell he had really been wanting to put his foot down about that for a long time. That Heath Ledger was he knew how to turn the Joker on and off, and it was not in any way connected to his
clown.
Yeah, great line. Yeah.
When I saw Heath Ledger on a skateboard jumping over Batman, I knew he wasn't taking it very seriously.
All right.
Which again, it's like these watch parties I want to do that Aaron gets it on. Yeah, guys. But again, with my
no, they don't have a good fight scene. Even though we do have Michael Jai White in there, we don't have any good fight scenes of the Dark Knight, and that's kind of like the Raid crew being on Star Wars with no good fight scenes.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. That really, it does. But it's like we eventually started getting. Like as far as like Batman fight scenes, we had started. Well, the first great one was the animated Batman Deathstroke one, for the video game, and then like cinematically, of course, it's BBS. So now, of course, we take for granted that we get great Batman fight scenes. So, but yeah, it's like these watch parties. I am cashing in on you guys for all the torture you've done. I'm telling you, it's like I can't promise like any specifics, but when Liam dropped in on Skyline, I might be able to like call some people in to drop in for some Q&As, but it's like, but hey, you guys just want to do a scary movie bullshit and just like just waste your lives on that. It's like, it's up to you whether or not you want to like actually meet any of these people.
Hey, Ruth?
Clint, are you there? Ruth? Do you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Brad said that he would like to watch Scary Movie 2 again.
Yeah, and Ruth decided that.
It was like a scary movie double feature where they watched scary movie.
And Spider-Man did too. It's been a long day for both of them. So anyway, yes. So again, you could maybe have guys, some of these people that you guys would love me having. I can't promise anything specific because I don't want them to see this and say I'm promising they're going to be on, but I'm just saying,
Brad,
if we get
you
past
watching scary movies shouldn't be so bad. Could it be the third time you watched it?
At least it'd be 4 times. It'd be 4 times because you'd be watching it twice in a row,
which is 50 times too many.
That math doesn't really math that well, Brad.
It does in my book.
It's horrible arithmetic.
No, in all seriousness, though,
there's more of a scene here, but still no more Ray Fisher. So that was kind of
yeah. Well, again, like I said, I think that the idea with this is that it's they're planting, and because of how much they build up the blood axes in much more so in the extended cuts, the idea is that it's introducing them here, and the idea is to kind of plant the seeds for them to be shown in like a spin-off or a side movie that's focused on them. That's my reading of it.
It would have been cool to see them in a fight in the beginning of the movie with the Imperium as they were escaping, and then that whole scene play out as those people are giving them cover to leave. That would have been even just a little bit, even if it was 30 seconds of them escaping and shooting guns back at each other. That would have been a lot. Everybody wants to see more Ray Fisher. That's what we want, right?
Yeah.
I know that he didn't make the director cut afterwards. He made it while it was so the movie was already made. But still, you know, people want more Ray Fisher. Give the people what they want.
Ruth, I'm just hoping that Brad goes all high pitched on disaster movie. That's all I'm hoping for.
Oh no, you're just gonna get like. You know what? I need to pull this up real quick.
All high pitched Brad. Make that your thing. Make that your name tag, Brad. Make it your
William,
name
for you guys.
William, read the private chat. What do you think about that?
Let me look.
Swiper's a big fan.
Oh yeah,
of,
Aaron said
movie.
in the private chat regarding like future stuff. And here he is, Darian Bloodaxe and Deborah Bloodaxe.
Let me copy and paste this and put it in a different email. So I'll take a look at this, Aaron.
Cool.
I'm going to email myself right now because once I close this chat, it'll be over with.
Should put it on
Others thought that it worked well for Ruth and I.
Well, now you guys will just have to stay up all night. I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Omega Swiper has been in your corner all day, Brad, and he definitely thinks that Scary Movie 1 is funny. How do you parse all that?
I don't.
He's a fan of you and Scary Movie 1. Don't let your fans down, Brad.
Aren't they the same?
Fourth is true. It's very true right here. It's very true, Fourth, but it should be Spider-Man Bloodaxe instead. Fourth has 4,500 to deal with. How about them apples?
Fourth says, Deborah's on. I'll change my last name to Fourth Bloodaxe. Well, that math doesn't add up because there's 2 blood axes. So where's the third?
Brad, you're not qualified to talk about Annie's math after you made 50 from 4. So.
Math is hard.
But
Ruth, is that all right for you for the time?
I'm just sending you a direct message, Erin, to check your inbox.
Okay.
Brad, in your opinion, both movies, it's not really a spoiler, but in both movies, do you think that they made the King's gaze more menacing or more dangerous? Do you believe? Like more of a threat when you see it on screen? Is it more imposing? That's the word. Is it more imposing in this version or no? Or
yeah, I would
think?
say so. I think I would say so. It's I think in general, I think there are very few, if any, areas that that don't benefit from the extended cuts, particularly in the first movie. So yeah, I would definitely say so.
Well, a big criticism people have is it looks kind of tame, like a battleship or a submarine. So I thought with that design, do you think they do a better job of making it seem more imposing with more, and not just physically or spectacle, but how much it's brought up or how much, I don't know.
Well, again, I think
that's not obviously not a Star Destroyer, but when the Star Destroyer is out in the sky or whatever, you got a problem, right?
Yeah.
Not just even the Death Star, but
I think because you got so much more, again, build up and breathing room for the Imperium itself. It's just you add a lot more. It gives it more gravity that way, I would say.
Okay. Looks like Omega asked and answered a couple of questions in the last 2 chats there.
What the hell is this, Omega? Do people think this girl is Catwoman? It's not.
He figured it out. He got it all taken care of. It's all settled.
Yeah, and this is why I kind of say that I feel like they're established. They're kind of giving a taste of the Blood Axes to kind of have them go on kind of their own story as like a Rebel Moon spinoff. Because when you get with lines like what he says there a minute ago about it's like, or what he says right here about they are what we used to be as far as like being these guerrilla fighters, and now compared to we're much more of a fully formed well-oiled fighting force. And I think the idea is gonna go more into that with the Blood Axes past and not like they're like is what the comic did, but but just a little bit more like leading into where they got to here. I think that's the idea with like Blood Axe's role in these movies is it's an introduction, but it's not meant to be kind of the be all and end all. And especially with this, it's how much more real estate they devote in this version to like really building up their legend. I don't know. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I still wish you'd have seen more. Yeah. I get. To me, they're either trying to build up a legend, or given what happens, I don't know. They're like, I think it's more of like an inspiration story for one of the other characters in the film.
Yeah.
Or if not, the team altogether. So I don't know if we're gonna see more of him or not, but maybe flashbacks or things like that. Like you said, a spinoff might be a thing, but
yeah. Well, and of course, and that's the thing too. We got the resurrection liquid, so it's like you can't really discount anybody.
Hashtag Brad spoiler.
Properly dead in Rebel Moon.
I was trying not to talk about that. That's why. I mean, I guess you see him escorting Kai's ship in this scene more than you didn't see that really in the last movie. So,
yeah, that's actually that was actually a pretty good twist, I thought. Okay, I can't talk about that though because I'll be a spoiler.
Just wait till the twist happens, and then it won't be a spoiler. It's crazy how time works.
Omega, are you having like a debate with yourself in the comments right now?
He's having a whole conversation with himself, and he's looks like he's winning.
No, it's like okay. Let me ask this. Okay, well, let me respond to you, me.
Well, let the man live, Brad. I don't know if I think that's the guy that was on chat last week, so I'm assuming it's a guy. Let them live.
Did he not? Did he not come on stream with what? Did he not come on stream?
I thought
at some point
last week.
Yeah, like
I'm sure he came on with you guys live, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think it's been.
Like I said, you can say anything in chat. Whether it gets brought up or not is a different matter.
Yeah.
Hashtag Brad the Skipper. Looks like he answered you, Brad, in the chat. He answered you.
I'm totally watching this, commenting to you, and I'm totally watching. Oh, okay. Oh, and the whole thing about Catwoman, because Deborah looks like Zoe Kravitz.
So he's talking to you, Brad.
And okay, yes, and you agree. So you think they're going to make a Blood Axe specific Rebel Moon movie? Yeah, again, I think that's the intent with their introduction in this.
Go on, sorry.
Go ahead, Ruth. No, you're good, Ruth. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Omega, you don't like the raid as well, do you? We've just got to establish. Would ask this question just to see whose side you sit on.
Right, he doesn't like the raid, and what was the thing he said he did like, Brad, earlier we brought up?
I refuse to bring it up.
I refuse to bring it up. Okay. What was it, Spidey?
I can't remember.
Scary Movie 1?
Oh, he thought Scary Movie 1 is funny. Thanks, Clint. You know what the stoners' short-term memory is their kryptonite, so you really bailed me out there. Like,
oh hell, I'm more of a stoner than anyone on this channel, man.
But you bailed me out is the point, because I had the short-term memory.
Well, we definitely can agree on this.
Brad, is that your mom or your dad?
No.
Is that your
yeah.
mom?
Oh, you haven't seen the raid? Okay. Well, then we got to do another watch party of that, because this can't go unanswered.
I offered you to watch the raid after a horrible movie, but you didn't want to do that. So,
it looks like Swiper has more Scary Movie 1 talk.
No, I went blinked out.
He said Scary Movie 1. I saw that in the theater, and everyone was laughing so hard. I when I went to the theater to see Scary 1, I definitely heard a few laughs, Brad. You know, Marvel movies sure are charming, but I think the Scary Movie one's got a few more laughs than the old Marvel fare. So I don't know, Brad. Some people might think it's funny. You agree?
It's, people, but I mean, there might have been like there might have been like poisoning in like in the water or something in the whole town.
So you have to be poisoned to be able to think
somebody slipped methamphetamines into the local water tower, and got be on hallucinogens that night.
Didn't people who had lead poisoning come up with aqueducts?
I mean that.
Wow, Brad has no idea how drugs work.
The historical record is very No, I didn't find anything. It's Scary Movie funny. What do I have to do to get you guys to leave me alone?
Brad, why are you laughing when this guy got hit in the face on his knees, dude? And Ruth, what do you think about aliens getting hit in the face with the stick? He actually got less hits than a human being. Is that discrimination? Your thoughts from a noble point of view?
Yeah, that was mercy. This nail him once and just his teeth fall over and his steak want to. Oh, right. By the way, that actually. Okay, I'll get this when the point is relevant. But that actually.
Thanks for answering, Ruth.
It's all right. I didn't even have to move my lips.
Okay, well, go ahead.
It's all right. Thanks, Brad.
Well, like the whole thing with like the teeth flying there, and some of the stuff with teeth, like teeth being like extracted throughout the movie. It's like I'm gonna bring that up later on in about 20 minutes here, because that actually becomes a lot more pertinent now in this version too.
So they spend more time showing how the gun system works here for the orbital strike, and why it's such a threat, I guess. Oh wait.
We got 86 people watching.
Do a superhero movie watch along as well. So I thought we saw that one already. I swore we.
Anybody watching right now through Twitter, if you please, if you have us, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel, and also consider a donation to our Tiltify AFSP.
Can you pull that up again, Brad, or no?
Yeah, I'll get that up again.
So I don't know where William's at, but he makes the point, and I think he's made the point before, like in Star Wars, it doesn't make sense to destroy the entire planet with a Death Star when you should be doing orbital strikes from the Star Destroyers. So you can recapture the resources. But I guess I'll have to ask William, because he's usually like the military movie expert guy.
Well, if you don't care about the resources and you want to get rid of everyone, Death Star's pretty effective.
Right.
Yeah, there's our charity page. I just put the YouTube in the chat for anybody. If you're not already subscribed, you'll please come and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we're really build up our community. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please like, subscribe to this effort. It's our YouTube channel.
And then Chappie's back with saying Scary Movie 2 is hilarious and better than the first one. And Chappie, just so you know, there's a new opportunity to donate with the charity for AFSP and 988 and all that. You get
to watch Life After Fighting with me when that.
No, you get to
watch Life After Fighting with Brad and Aaron. That's what you get.
You
get to watch Scary Movie twice.
Scary Movie 2 twice. Scary Movie 2 twice.
Well, I just put up the date for Life After Fighting, so, and the time, so it's kind of set, and I make sure that we put disaster movie before Life After Fighting.
Damn right.
No, it has to be after.
It's going to be before.
Brad deserves the honor of his movie going first.
Hey, can somebody put the Tiltify link in the chat? And then Chappie, I think Dork Knight set the goal of 300 big ones. So we get $300 total. It'll be Scary Movie 2 twice in a row.
Yeah, back to back, and we'll all
300 big ones.
300
big ones by the end of the show tonight.
Yeah, these Looney Tunes are out of their minds if they think there's anything else scary movie related happening on the channel.
We'll see. We'll let the dollars decide, Brad. Sounds like you're about to react.
Scary Movie 6 is definitely going to happen.
Well, you're getting Scary Movie
Only
Squared
because Ruth
coming
willed
up
it
soon,
to
dude.
her warlock's mind.
You're getting Scary Movie 2 Squared coming up here real soon. It sounds like. So.
Okay. So here Jimmy's getting the antlers now.
We only need $150 more to get Scary Movie 2 Squared.
Whoa! What the fuck? No. What are we doing?
$300, and we watch Scary Movie. If we hit $300, then we watch Scary Movie twice in a row for Brad.
Oh, who made that one?
Yeah,
that was what Dork Knight said earlier. That was the goal, and you agreed to it.
And anyway, Aaron already said she already set the disaster movie Life After Fighting 1.
Look, even Omega Swiper says $300 is good money to watch the film.
As it should.
Look at what Swiper says, Brad. And Tony and Chappie was looking for the link. So I mean,
the reason why
people really want to see this. People want to see Brad watch the same movie twice in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I didn't put the Rebel Moon movie part 2 in this because that's a set date that we've already got established. So these are the ones that we haven't fully established. So it's all written down properly and that.
Damn right. Aaron gets it, guys.
I'm just trying to organize a little bit.
Yes. And,
a one-on-one scary movie stream with Brad, where it's just you and Brad on Scary Movie. He's not, and he has to be on mute the whole time. So you get to talk shit to him the whole time he's watching Scary Movie.
Yeah, need help.
In Dark Knight, we're just combining your goal with everybody else's wants, so we have like a whole team thing going on with the chat. That's the trial way. Scary Movie twice, Scary Movie 2 Squared is the trial way of doing things, really, if you think about it.
Feel the trial.
Feel the trial. The trial must flow.
Fourth. I'm not even going to read that.
$50 gets you a one-on-one Williams Gritty Pants. What about the generous pants? How much are those going for? Are they easier to get into? Is there a lower standard? Is there a lower cost to entry?
Yeah, but just remember, Brad's pants are only $1, so that we're all right there.
Yeah, they're open
$1
and generous.
They're not cheap by any means. They're very expensive.
How much for vocal penetration, Brad?
You can negotiate with the agent.
You have an agent, or is that a pimp, Brad? Now, which one is that? According to you.
No.
Or that joke's just not going anywhere, man. That's what nobody likes it. It's too
this whole
it's
thing
too
got
Brad level.
derailed over pants.
You know, the donation I made for Scary Movie has paid me back so much.
So
yeah,
that is a testimonial advertisement for you.
You sell your soul to do it, man.
You too can get Brad as part of the magic that Clint has experienced himself. It's the gift that keeps on giving, according to Clint. Brought to you by Tiger Rum.
Yeah, I'm responsible for Scary Movie. Dude,
well,
where's my
all of them? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, that's the appropriate way to rephrase it.
Scary Movie Anthology.
Yep, that was it.
Scary Movie 2 Squared coming up soon. We're halfway to the goal.
Yeah, and, Dude, Where's My Car Again? It's a really funny short out of that.
Oh yeah, Krusty Boner.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't gonna mention it by name. Thanks, Clint.
Well, wherever there's a line, I have to cross it.
That was funny. I must admit. That was Brad's fault because I misheard what he said.
Hashtag blame Brad, right?
I mean, when is it not Brad's fault?
Yeah, Brad did bring up.
Brad, stop speaking now.
Well, you left me speechless.
Brad was the guy who brought up the name of that character.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go back and see if I can find more funny moments, but it's a lot of stuff to go through at this
You got to line through a lot of avatars talking to you. people chatting, trying to find a reaction.
I think we should do more Spider-Man watch-alongs. The Spider-Man watch-alongs really seem very popular, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Spider-Man 2 is our most watched, our most viewed watch party so far.
Maybe we can put
Although
Spider-Verse
we got
on the
89
charity
people. I
thing.
think this might be our biggest audience I've seen for a watch party. So, unless I missed one, so I mean, it's definitely the audience is definitely growing. That's for sure.
Chappie has a criticism of your sense of humor, Brad, regarding Scary Movie.
Hey guys,
of course.
Take that down real quick. If you are watching on Twitter, I put the YouTube link down here, or the YouTube URL down here.
Yeah, I put it in there too.
Yeah, so if you're watching the screen, just look down below the little the charity thing, and you'll see where to come. But yeah, there's quite a few of you watching on Twitter right now. 83 of you watching on Twitter. So come on over, join our webinar.
I found Chappie's Kryptonite.
Well, good movies.
Mention Gulliver's Travels by Jack Black.
Gulliver, he didn't say that. He hates that.
I erased that movie from my brain. No, the Ted Danson one was really good, but that was a made-for-TV movie.
Oh, guys, I like this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Considering he's a Geordie, his accent very very good.
What's a George? What is that, like Scotty? What is it you're talking about?
No.
Yeah, how do you pronounce his surname? Charlie Hammond.
Charlie Hunnam, yes.
Hammond. Yeah. So he's from Newcastle, where I'm from, William. So.
Is that code for Scotland?
Code for Scotland, just up the road.
Newcastle is a working class city, just like Manchester and Liverpool.
So it's like the Outback.
That all flew over William's head. I knew he was going to say some kangaroo shit right afterwards. I knew he was going to do it.
Well, hey. Technically, I do have a working class accent, because most of the convicts that came to Australia, which is one of my ancestors, all came from working class areas of the UK. And our accent is an amalgamation of all of them. Like, you got a bit of Geordie, Manchester, Liverpool, even North London and stuff like that.
What about Wallabies?
Remember, Aaron, he thinks the entire Outback is something that's outside of your window.
Like right now, if you aim that camera out your window right now, it's daytime there, because I can see the daylight going through there. So you should aim your camera out there, and I should see a whole bunch of like everything.
We said this, didn't he? He literally thinks the entire Outback consists of whatever's outside of your window. Fucking kangaroos and fucking koala bears hopping by and shit.
There's a tree out there, and there's not a koala in that tree.
The entire Australia is Outback.
Outside of her back window. That's what Outback means. Outside of Aaron's back window. That's what fucking William thinks Australia is.
I mean, does that camera move around? Because I like I said, you aim it out the door, there should legit be a kangaroo literally waiting to get in. Oh, here we go.
Let's see if I can.
Here's the Outback, William. Let's look for the kangaroos.
Right out your window.
Well, all I can see is a bright light. I mean, I can't really see anything.
Sun is directly outside of your window.
I was expecting the kangaroo to
It might as well be the suitcase from Pulp Fiction, Aaron. That's what he's saying.
I was expecting the kangaroo to have his nozzle pressed up against the window.
That is my neighbor.
Oh.
I live in a house.
Your neighbor's a kangaroo?
Your neighbor has a kangaroo?
No, her neighbor is a kangaroo.
Is it Kangaroo Jack?
You fight your neighbor who's a kangaroo, Aaron, according to William? Since you're a kangaroo fighter,
Her neighbor's called Skippy.
Skippy the kangaroo.
Hey, is he all yoked up like those kangaroos I see in the memes?
Listen. The kangaroo's name is obviously Rocco.
No, it's Skippy Hops.
It's Skippy.
He's an
Rocco
alcoholic.
was the
So now Tasmanian devils, they're only in what, New Zealand? Or they got you guys got those there too?
They're only in
New
cartoons.
Zealand is another country.
It's like New Australia. It's like the Jersey to Australia, isn't it? Jersey to Australia is New York. I mean, come on.
Jersey is not Australia's New York. What
Yeah,
the fuck are you talking about?
Okay,
dude?
no. New Zealand is like the Canada of America.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hey. Where's the stream gone?
You're within like kayaking distance within New Zealand, right? It doesn't take that long. You don't have to take a plane there, right?
Kayaking distance. What the hell, man?
Oh, God.
You guys are getting the experience.
Aaron,
the
listen. Don't
American
worry. We're gonna
education
listen.
system.
Listen. We put
No
on the
odds
Test
he's ever
fighting.
gonna
They're
come
all
on
going.
the
It's
channel,
all going to be like. It's going to be like national pride.
Australians are gonna watch this show and be like, "Fuck this guy."
Hey.
He's like, "You think we all live out in the sand?" Well, that's all I see on TV. Damn it.
Just go out for a brisk swim and you're in New Zealand.
Yeah, there you go.
Chappie has a question about Howard the Duck, and then also earlier Fourth did mention that Jim Carrey's character in Dumb and Dumber looks a lot like Noble.
I saw that.
this
That was a
movie,
super chat
and-
too, by the way.
And he thinks they.
Chappie, you're in luck. Howard the Duck's coming in October.
There you go.
Spidey.
That D23
Yo.
thing was funny though. Somebody had posted that. I reposted it. Somebody posted it that just announced that D23 was Howard the Duck, the sequel.
Spidey Fourth wants you to ask Chappie a question.
Okay, yeah. This is another one of the kills that is just like really. Look at that. The way that he takes out Kai.
I don't know. Like, what? $35 sound good, William?
Oh fuck no.
Whoa! Why do we got to start using profanity, bro? It's a
Because
kid's
what you're
movie.
asking me is profane. So there we go. For how long? Because we're like $100 a day. I don't even think I could do that legally because it belongs to them.
Hey, William. $35 towards a good cause. Like, Howard the Duck got Ruth on this channel. Could you imagine?
He did.
Could you imagine the potential of another Howard the Duck? We should have right after Scary Movie 2 Squared.
We'll
we should
get
have
another
Howard Duck
serial
Squared.
killer. We're gonna get another serial killer on the channel. You're gonna have to explain to me what were you doing that day to where Howard the Duck was on your mind, or are you searching for Howard the Duck? How did this?
No. So I was just surfing, and I clicked on Twitch. I clicked onto Twitch, and you guys were watching Howard the
Wait,
Duck.
how did you do that while you were surfing?
What do you mean? I was surfing.
Come on, she was surfing the internet, dude. Come on, man.
I was
This is
surfing
common
the internet.
expression.
You
Horrible
weren't
joke.
literally surfing? Okay.
Yeah, I live in England. So basically, I was surfing. You guys were watching it on Twitch, and I thought, look at this group of wonderful people, they're having joyous conversation and laughing, and being all like happy and jovial, etc. And that's how I decided to hop on.
All the
Oh, Aaron's got it. Okay. This is like Aaron's got the ultimate rebuttal for everybody right here.
Aaron, you're not helping your case against Williams.
That's what I expect. I mean, I was expecting a much larger boomerang, but a boomerang is fine. What else I mean,
She uses the boomerang to keep the kangaroos away.
well, are we?
That's the in-house boomerang, William. That's how she gets her fucking slippers.
Somebody snapshot that right now.
That's how she gets her slippers in the house, William. Otherwise, she's got the bigger ones for outside.
Like, I'm thinking public transportation for you should literally be the kangaroo.
Aaron, by the way, Aaron, you know who else uses a boomerang as a really well-known character? The Feral Kid does, which means that you'll be, of course, exactly. And so,
okay, you made your cult member happy today, Brad. Congratulations.
Aaron went off camera. It's what happened there? It's like she's like, oh no, Aaron's coming back with something for us.
You should literally be able.
What is the call to Brad? What do they do at the call to Brad? Is there like, I know there's a speech, but what else is there?
So Aaron, if you wanted to go to like the mall or somewhere, you should literally just step out to your corner and just catch one of them roos, man, and just
go catch a roo.
Just catch a roo and then catch another one if you want to go the other way. It's like connecting kangaroos.
Did that make you joyous, William?
Yes.
Joyous.
The kangaroos are the public transit system in Australia.
Man, they're like the dragons on Game of Thrones.
You just hop in the pouch, Clint. So just go.
What does she got?
Guys, you're being so. This is so insensitive, such an insensitive topic to discuss when Derry Blash just gave his life for the rebellion here.
This is Australia, right?
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Next to it is New Zealand. It's another country.
Yeah, but it's okay. So you see your finger there, and that's swimming distance. You can make it.
Okay, William, swim across the ocean real fast, and then let us know how that goes.
Yeah, you should be able to catch a shark.
You should be able to hop on the back of a shark, William, and just swim over to New Zealand like it's nothing.
There you go.
Australia.
That's the distance you just flew. Yeah.
That's where Ruth lives.
No, go to Scotland. You got to go up.
That's Scotland.
Edinburgh. Here you go.
And that is where you live in Las Vegas, Nevada.
William, you can definitely swim to me.
Where's Carmen Sandiego at?
Let me. It'll be much easier to find where's Wally than her.
I thought the Earth was flat.
Find who?
Where's Waldo?
Where's Wally?
Hey, he was all over Comic-Con, man. There was like 30 Where's Waldo.
Oh yeah, I see him at every con I go to. Yeah.
I was like,
okay, so we're coming up on the.
Let me see if I can do the Simpsons meme where Bart Simpson just goes to Australia. Look into it. Oh!
How dare you bring facts to our American education system?
Yeah, but fortunately, you're not going to cause an international incident, unlike Bart Simpson.
I did Bart Simpson. Yes.
Now they predict the future. That's their problem.
Now I've just given you guys a geography lesson.
Thank you.
So we're coming up on the final fight here, and this is the point I was referencing earlier about regarding teeth with the Imperium. Like every time they kill someone of great significance, they extract one of their teeth and put it on that mural of Issa there, and of course,
spoiler.
Well, teeth are definitely a component of this final fight, and so that's another area where I feel like the extended cut really benefits this, because it's the teeth being knocked out here. It's a cool like fight scene, kind of like a capstone in the theatrical cut, but because that has so much more build up in this version, where the idea of like teeth being like a symbol of victory to the Imperium.
Right, it's like it's poetic justice, but
and then you add the fact that Korra was once fought for the Imperium too, so she was like indoctrinated into that culture of we defeat you and we take one of your teeth as a trophy.
Well, it's that he specifically is the person that's taking all the teeth out of people, or the people who are around him are doing it. But I like that this fight seems a lot more graphic than the comparison, as far as like what happens as far as damage and stuff goes and things like that. I don't know. We'll have to see what Ruth thinks. Is this a good enough? Wow. You're going to be noble. Is this a good way to go out by comparison? So,
I'll definitely give you my opinion at the end when I've
got it.
Yeah.
See, Brad, Ruth is not a spoiler.
Okay.
That's right, Clint.
No, but she's still a scary movie. Like torture Brad with her. So
scary movie 2 squared.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely scary movie 2
light on there. It's getting dark out.
See, so the bone pops out of his arm a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's like
that was nice.
compound fracture
nice.
there. That's actually, I mean, getting in a little bit into like, just general kind of like commentary on fight choreography on my part is actually, I'm actually somebody who, like, what's the best way to put this? Like, when it comes to like fight scenes, I actually do my preference is they actually get as intense and as visceral and in a way as violent as they can, because to me that's always emblematic of honesty, in my opinion.
So then
Like,
she went back into
like,
the same arm and broke it again after that shit happened.
Because when you talk about like fighting, it's the honesty of that to me is something that's actually very important. Thematically to an action scene is the idea that when somebody gets punched or gets stabbed like this here, I mean, the fact that it leaves an impact and that it's pain, the pain of it, but also you envelop that also with fighting skill on the part of these characters. That's the idea of pain and a graphic nature to your fight scenes. That's something that I personally always really cherish and really value when it comes to fight choreography. Yeah, what I was saying about the teeth. There you go. So yeah.
So your opinion, Ruth, and then also a side note of how much was your opinion spoiled ahead of time. Go ahead and share your thoughts.
So I felt as if Brad obviously spoiled it like normal.
Gave it away. There's definitely teeth getting knocked out for sure. Like right before it happened. Yeah.
You see, I would have done a Terrifier move on him. I would have just chopped him in half, right? Just make sure I took his head off, to be honest with you.
Cleaved him in half, right?
Yeah,
Clean
because
cut.
at the end, do you know what it is? If you're going to do it properly.
But I don't think she had any chopping tools on deck with her. She just had that rope, and she was making good use of the rope.
You can make any instrument work.
That's why we need your perspective on
any instrument work.
Got it. See, that's the type of shit I would overlook. Anything can be a stabbing, cutting.
Can.
And she did break that cane. So point proven.
Yes.
Brad, every fight I've ever seen in real life usually lasts about 15 seconds before everyone grabs them and pulls them apart.
Yeah.
Or grabs a gun and starts shooting. One of the two.
Well, it's also, but you're talking about like scuffles in like a bar fight or something.
Well, William's
the real world.
About fights in saloons and shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about fights in real world.
Yeah, well, but that's that's exactly. So, and that's why you don't engage in that, because it's like you're not gaining anything from it, and you're just it's just bare knuckle brawl, or it's just barroom brawling. So yeah, there's nothing to be had in fighting of that nature, because why'd you go to?
Why not? Just tell your story, Brad. Why can't we look at Aaron? Just tell your damn story, Brad. We're trying to see if there's a family relation. Just talk.
Oh yeah,
bring the boomerang back. Bring the boomerang back.
Aaron's gonna throw a boomerang at Brad.
Boomer Aaron. Boomer Aaron.
Yeah, that's a great name, Boomer Aaron.
Boomer Aaron.
Yeah. They're arching.
Doing like an Olympic pose. What the hell?
Yeah,
she's doing the Boomer Aaron pose.
He's gonna aim it. We do need more poses from you so I can make new drops.
Well, she's doing it, and you're popping her in.
We need to actually get a green screen behind her or whatever.
But Vince, if you're like, they don't last long because they shouldn't, because it's your people hurting each other. It's like, it's not. Yeah, somebody break that up, please. So.
And I want to also point out in the chat that Chappie and Fourth came together. One person blocked another person, and they saw past their differences. Only during the Sci-Fi Center, only on the AFSP 988 stream, only during Rebel Moon Directors.
Why are you blocking? I mean, it's
brought
YouTube.
to you by Tiger Rum.
We're talking about.
Oh, so they're friends again.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
You'll never be blocking people over this shit. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So that's a Sci-Fi Center moment. Too bad Brad didn't bring it up. You have one job, Brad, is to show, to convey the emotions of the chat.
Okay.
Tony, I'm just Chappie. I'm just trying to make it more dramatic. It looks cooler if we say it this way.
We gotta watch this.
Well, what the hell, William?
Yeah, this is what Aaron was trying to show us outside our window, which
Boomer.
the light was too light.
That's what Aaron trying to show out our window.
First of all, there's no way this guy didn't antagonize that kangaroo.
That's what you saw. That was your neighbor out the window, Aaron, fighting the kangaroo.
That's Skippy.
Skippy Hops.
That's the neighbor. There you go. Yeah, here you go. Yep. Don't fuck around. This is happening outside Aaron's window right now.
But these are in his recommendations. He didn't even have to search for them.
I guess if you look up one kangaroo video, he gives you all of them. There you go.
Rocco's modern life.
You see Aaron's boomerang come out of nowhere and nail them both. All right, that's enough of that.
Maybe you should start like posting Australian videos and stuff for you guys on the Discord.
Are they gonna live up to my expectations? I mean, you're just gonna show me like stuff that, like, you know, regular stuff though. I don't want to see like people like going to coffee shops or grocery shop. I want to see Australia. I want to see.
Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, say it again. You say Australia like Donald Trump says China, bro. Like that's hilarious.
I want to see the platypuses. I want to see the
me talking to you. That is Australia.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
I like the
Are we
way
watching
that
tomorrow or next week?
Australia.
That'll be next week.
Don't you have a pet kangaroo outside, Aaron?
Everybody stop picking on Aaron about kangaroos already. Come on.
Never gonna see her again.
We're back on Velt here. We won the first half of the.
Like, I'm never coming back here again, guys.
We aren't back on Velt, Brad. The characters are, but we are in our respective homes and places of streaming.
And Aaron's in like the most exotic place of all of our homes. I want to see a koala.
A koala.
Now, you can have koalas as pets there, right?
They have STDs, dude.
Oh, you can't?
No, you can't. It's after the big bushfires that we had at 2019, they were put on the endangered list, but their population is slowly growing back to normal.
Oh, that's good.
So no, you cannot have a pet koala.
Without a crocodile.
What about a crocodile?
He's going based on Crocodile Dundee and shit he saw in that movie.
You will have to have a reptile license.
Okay, but you can, right? Because like Sonny Crockett had one, and he had an alligator in his yacht. So.
I don't know logistically how you can, but if you want to, you can.
Yeah, see, if I come to Australia, it sounds like you're living like really normal type thing of, you know, there's not going to be all the stuff I'm thinking about.
That you're looking for.
So Brad.
Well, you will have to travel a little bit.
There are the spiders, William.
About 10,
so Brad.
15 minutes away.
Oh, that's not that bad.
My home, you can see kangaroos in the wild.
All right, Aaron. So this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to dedicate a stream to this. I need you to go out there.
Find a crocodile.
These kangaroos. And we need to live stream that right there.
So you want me to be like Steve Owen?
No,
sort of.
Minus the manta rays.
If they're not, like I said, if they're like, you know, the docile ones, then yeah. But if they're dangerous ones, no, I don't want you to get killed by a kangaroo in Australia. That would be bad for us.
Yeah, not on a live stream.
I don't want to. Yeah, especially on a live stream.
Imagine the views, William. Though, imagine the views.
All you see is a. Aaron, come back. Aaron,
we'd at least get 300 people watching concurrently, at least.
Aaron, say something, please. The kangaroo. All of a sudden, the kangaroo takes off with the phone, and all you see is a hopping away of Aaron's body. Like, does she have the GPS turned on? Somebody get to her, please. It's like, we're trying to track the phone, but the phone is hopping away at like 20 miles an hour. But if you live to do it,
are there any stereotypes about England that we can like pick on Ruth about?
Now? Oh yeah, there's no sun.
Yeah, but listen, I filmed and sent you a video across of where I go like jogging and everything the other day.
Yeah, and I almost believed that was you. And
what about all the castles? She sent us pictures of castles.
I didn't see the William Wallace statue. I didn't see Falkirk. I didn't see the bridge. I didn't see any of that stuff. So
right, so I'll tell you what. When I go jogging, I'll actually do a video, and I'll actually when he's on a live stream, I'll do a video, and then I'll show you. Okay.
All right, go Scotland. All right, here we go.
Isn't the biggest stereotype that they colonize everything for spice?
Oh
and then
wow! Okay, that
didn't
was
like them all.
that's Vince's low blow there. Vince is calling you a colonizer. So. Dude, Dracula's been quiet. You all right, man?
Really
I know this is not where you usually operate, but
he's on mute, so he probably watch the movie.
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'm back. Just didn't want to neglect you. All right, back to Aaron. No, I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
How much longer we got in this movie? Let's see where we're at. Where are we at on our donations? Are we still at 150?
Oh, this is a good part, William.
Well, everything that's like in the movie that was not in the movie before is a good part now, isn't it?
You like the skin getting peeled off the back of the head there?
This is stuff that I kind of want to see kind of shown a little bit more in depth, wherever they would take the franchise next.
You notice that the color of the liquids going in and out are the same colors of the collie, the shit that was coming in and out of the collie that they were force feeding.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know that they were trying to demonstrate that that's how they use interstellar travel, by force feeding it or whatever. But you think that might also, be the tool or a way that they're resurrecting him?
It's Weapon X.
Got to do the breakout. No. He has to have the helmet on. He has to do the breakout.
No, this is a Genesis
at Alkali Lake.
But yeah, the whole thing with them like having like the Matrix kind of outlets, the plugs inside. That's something I kind of would want to see sort of explored a bit more in the future of the franchise. That's because it seems to be something that's pretty standard issue for the soldiers in the Imperium. Because Cora has them too.
The implant?
Yeah, the areas where you plug a USB outlet or what have you into it.
So Ruth, on the 4th of July, do they not celebrate but anti-celebrate the 4th of July?
It's just another day of the week. Come on.
It's just another day of the week. They don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
What do you do on Boxer Day, Clint?
Play with my boxes.
Well, there you go. There you go.
What? Yeah. Well, I know, but I would celebrate for you guys. Times have changed.
Weren't you watching Independence Day with us?
Yeah.
No.
Ruth was here for
because
that one.
It was a difficult and awkward time.
It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. But guys, obviously, I sent a sort of an acknowledgement, and do you know what it is? Life moves on. It's about loving one another, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And
we shouldn't be throwing words like colonization.
It's about loving one another. That's
about
what
being
the
Tra,
about.
man.
It is about being Tra and about loving one another.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dismissing differences.
I've seen more than one meme for Happy
one
Treasonous Day.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay, it's enough. It's enough already. All right, come on.
Wow. I know. Hearing that.
Why are you sensitive about it, Brad? You're on the American side.
I don't want to alienate the nations of Australia.
She's fine.
We're already. Listen, if you're Australian and you haven't left an hour,
they had an Independence Day too in Australia, man.
Hey.
We got we have a Shy Day.
Almost every country has told Britain to fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. And listen. Okay, Australia though, really, in all seriousness, because they helped us take
Australia,
out the aliens.
Canada, America.
They got Sydney Opera House. Okay, so Australia always gets extra points for that.
Fourth wants to know what your favorite UK holiday is, Ruth.
It is Christmas Day.
Got it.
That's not really a UK holiday.
Yeah,
though.
I think he was asking like anything UK specific.
Sorry, Ruth, you're not allowed to like that holiday.
You
It's
guys
not
have
part of the
Guy
holiday
Fawkes
liking
Day.
parameters.
I was going to say, yeah. Oh, it is a holiday, isn't it? Maybe the end of
and also
end
you
of
got
August bank holiday. End of August bank holiday.
Oh. Well, it's coming up.
That's always a good one.
And
quite nice
and you guys
long
also
weekend.
got Brexit Day as well.
Brexit Day?
I don't think we got a day off for that, Erin.
Yeah.
It was probably the worst mistake that we ever
Well, you
made.
don't.
I'm about to say you celebrate that. I didn't think that would be
Yeah, I was
something that would
gonna
be
say.
celebrated.
That's Germany 4th, but maybe they do celebrate. Do they
Well,
celebrate
some people do.
Oktoberfest in Newcastle, Ruth?
No, it's Germany. That's Germany.
Well, I'm
yeah,
asking, that is Germany, but do they celebrate it in Newcastle, Ruth?
They celebrate everything in Newcastle.
Oh, so they do celebrate. Thanks, Ruth.
Well, they literally have a beer named after it. So
Exactly, they do.
Yeah. So how does this resurrection liquid make it
And also,
from Rebel Moon to Army Dead? That's
don't forget, you guys have Guy Fawkes Day.
Yeah.
The 5th of November. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's true.
I remember the 5th
We
of
should
November.
watch
Gunpowder Revolt.
V for Vendetta on the 5th of November.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
that's
that's
an
a good
underrated
idea.
movie.
We
That's
can
one of the better
celebrate the
underrated
UK.
comic movies.
Yeah.
How about that? We can celebrate.
I agree with you, William.
Britain.
I actually only watched it for the first time a few years ago, and I couldn't believe I hadn't seen it.
You enjoyed it, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
quite a
excellent.
bit.
That's also what Forth said Jim Carrey looked like because of the teeth.
No,
he was talking about Noble
he has
Street.
like 8 of his front teeth knocked out.
From Dumb and Dumber. All right, so where are we at in the charity? And what was the charity for again? While you're at it, William?
For AFSP, we are still sitting at $150. Let me go and pull up again. Yeah, but yes, Aaron, Ruth, I'd like to apologize on behalf of my country this evening.
I'm sorry. I was only trying to make a bland food joke, and it just kind of fell apart.
It's fine. I think Erin and I love you, and we know you well enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still sitting at 150 here, and this is for AFSP. So anybody,
Brad, nobody fucking ever elected you to speak for our country, by the way. So
well,
even if he is apologizing, he can speak for himself. This motherfucker we live in a democracy. This whole thing is about Independence Day, which is like the lead into the democracy that we have, which is representative government. You do not speak for anybody in this country, Brad. Nobody elected you. You're a tyrant, Brad. You're a tyrant.
Actually, no. Actually, America is a constitutional republic.
Yes, exactly.
Not a
Everyone
democracy.
gets that. A republic is just a modern form of democracy.
Well, I live in a constitutional monarchy.
Monarchy.
Hey, we celebrate it in Missouri too, 4th.
What's that? October. Everybody does, right? That's what we were saying. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I've been to a few of those.
Humans have been drinking forever. Celebrate drinking? Go figure.
I mean, that's true, but like Germany kind of really changed the game, 400 or 500.
Oh,
change the game with the drinking. Change the whole drinking game up for everybody.
Yeah, they invented the pint.
Oh, the pint? Well, that's obviously like we drink pints in Newcastle. I don't drink pints.
Yeah, this is a very weird way to end the Rebel Moon Part 1 stream, guys. But yes, this is where we're sitting at in our charity right now. So if you haven't, please consider a donation, as we'll be continuing our newest charity drive for AFSP, from now through the release of Twilight of the Gods. And let me look at that again when that's dropping. I think that's September 21st.
What day of the week is that?
It's September 19th, and that is what day of the week that is.
Swiper thinks that nobody donated because of the login. So is the login still an issue?
What for Tiltify?
Yeah, yes. I think that's what
I know William, isn't it?
Is October? You said October 19th or the 21st?
Oh, September 19th.
September 19th.
And that is a
Thursday. So are we gonna have a stream on Thursday to close it out, or how are we gonna do it?
Well, probably what we'll do. I haven't talked to William about it, but I don't know. I was thinking, how many episodes are supposed to be? I think like 8. So we could like over the course of that weekend, like kind of complete the charity drive.
So Thursday through Sunday, do what, like 2 episodes a day, and then talk about them or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You think you could do that without maybe spoiling it for everybody? I'm just messing with you.
I can. I mean, no problem.
I'm just messing with you.
Brad's pants were generous.
They're very helping and generous.
And William's pants is still Scrooge.
By the way, Brad, I was going to say if when you do one of these watch parties,
yes,
you'll want to make sure that OBS is installed on a hard drive that has a fairly decent amount of space.
Okay, got you. Well, we just lost
because it'll actually use up some of the space while you're going.
Okay.
So you can't use the hard drive with the don't look folder, Brad. Don't use that hard drive.
Okay.
You gotta delete all your porn, Brad.
That's what I was getting at. That's basically what.
William, come back and save me for this really weird Q&A.
No. Where's this going?
Brad spoils Ruthie soils. That's what Swiper said.
Don't ever type that again.
Soils what? Spoils what? Is the soiling and the spoiling connected?
No, we're not. No.
Does it
Okay.
spoil before it soils, or does it soil before it spoils?
We are so shutting that down.
Is it random?
William, where'd you go?
It's random.
Brad watches kung fu porn? Question mark.
There's no question mark. That's more of a statement.
Brad watches kung fu porn! Exclamation point.
Oh no, I've got what.
That's what it should be.
Listen, Spidey, I've got what Omega means here. So when he means like by Brad spoils, obviously spoilers, and mine is probably burying people in the soil.
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
Well, I don't know if it's a lost in translation thing, but since I got 2 other English-speaking countries here, does soil not mean shit your pants, or is that like a lost in translation thing? I don't know.
Well, I'm just hoping it means the other one. To be
honest, but in Newcastle,
I mean, that could be like
let's not go down this route.
Please do not use the word porn in our streams. You're going to get us demonetized.
Yes.
Oh, God.
You just said it. What are you talking about? We're talking about
I can edit that out.
spoiling.
Yeah, that's
everybody's had a few, I can tell. So.
Oh.
You do actually, because you got to cut Brad shit out when he gets on YouTube and get you taken down.
How can a normal English word be demonetized? I mean, it's
don't ask me. Ask YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't run YouTube. I just operate on their platform.
YouTube's gonna unalive his channel.
There's a few things to get yourself instantly like where your ad revenue stops. That's the C word. That's vaping or smoking on stream, and a few other words as well.
That's odd, but okay.
Even showing like violence.
It's not really YouTube. It's more their the companies that they have, that are paying for the
advertisers.
ads.
Yeah, if you're an advertiser for YouTube, you don't want your audience steered towards certain things, so they make those.
Shoulder or no?
So what?
Shoulder.
I'm pretty sure hot tub streams are allowed.
Okay, William, do a hot tub stream in your Wonder Woman get up. That'll get views.
Yeah, I think that'll do the exact opposite of getting views. All right, my computer restarted because the drivers got fucked up. So where are we at in the movie?
Yeah, we
got about 14 minutes left.
All right.
No, we just wrapped up. You're not hijacking this like more like.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
All right.
Done.
Cool. So let me. I don't want to end
it on his brain.
Oh, is he trying to get back on his computer?
I don't know.
No, he said he's in Rialto hanging out with Azteca.
Oh, they're hanging out. Azteca in 4th. So is Azteca 4,500? Hey, Brad, do you think you can vocally penetrate William back on screen?
Oh.
Anybody else got any other intelligent questions this evening before we wrap up?
I don't know.
Wow.
Ask Brad's less dumb friend.
So, Aaron, how awesome is it going to be when we're showing these people Life After Fighting?
Pretty good.
Yes.
We got to wait till the 25th, though.
Yes, and it's going to be even better by the knowledge that Disaster Movie will be behind us forever at that point.
You don't like Disaster Movie, Brad?
The Disaster Movie will never be behind us, Brad. We will always discuss it, just like Scary Movie.
That's one I can't even like. I don't even know how you can like troll me on Disaster Movie because there's literally nothing to latch on to in Disaster Movie. It is. I mean, the whole thing is like an hour and 20 minutes of just. It's just like, hey, here's the characters from Superbad. Okay, here's now the guys from like here's the Incredible Hulk, or here's Iron Man, or here's the Chipmunks, or here's Indiana Jones. There's no consistency. There's no disciplined, streamlined story structure. It's just
why do they have to have a disciplined, streamlined story structure in a spoof comedy film, Brad?
Well, I don't know. What's
the hang up? What the hell is the hang up, Brad? We should watch Scary Movie 2 Squared to find out.
Well, watch Disaster Movie and tell me what the absence of one will do to you.
The best part about this, Brad, is you've seen Disaster Movie.
Yeah, and I don't need to again. But
you don't think Disaster Movie's good, Brad?
I think it lives up to its title.
Yeah. Just to clarify, we're not watching the second movie right now, are we?
Yeah, we're gonna be saving that for next week.
Oh, I thought we were watching it right now.
Yeah, I think William's trying to get back on his computer to sign up. He didn't want to sign up through his phone.
Well, that and like if we did that, it would run right into the overnight.
Oh, that's true.
William is technology challenged at the Sci-Fi Center, and I'm not surprised.
Right, I'm gonna share this with you guys on the Discord because I don't know if you're familiar with the Nostalgia Critic. He actually just did a video breaking down, whatever term is accurate for it. Disaster Movie.
No matter how bad you say the movie is and how many people you bring on, we still want you to watch it.
That's the point.
Well,
really.
yeah. But the thing is, like, I want to wake up tomorrow morning and have $100 million and just.
But the difference is the reality of you getting $100 million and us getting to watch you cry over a movie. It's a lot closer on our side of the reality goals. You know,
there's nothing close to reality in that.
Yeah, we've seen it.
I shared it with you guys on Discord so you can see, and hopefully you'll have second thoughts. And we won't have to do this. We'll just go straight into Life After Fighting. All the awesome stuff I want to show you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to Brad, I've seen quite a few of Doug's videos. He's pretty funny.
Yeah. He didn't like BBS though, but nobody, people
are allowed to have other opinions, Brad.
Sometimes you just gotta put up with stuff.
You can skip that episode, or
I did skip that episode.
Agree to disagree. Okay. There's options.
Okay, he must be having some computer troubles. He's trying to come back in, and it keeps saying device not connected.
Fourth's recommending going to Novak.
Is that in Arizona, or is that in California?
I guess in the Inland Empire area.
He'll be back now. Well, he's trying to get back in. It's like, I don't know. His computer must have really developed a glitch there, like right at the end here. There we go.
The mountains out here are pretty nice. They got some good scenery in the mountains of Las Vegas.
William, are you back? He's sort of back.
He's around.
Yeah, I'm having issues. Hold on.
I'm like Pyro. Okay.
There you go.
There.
Is cock screwing you again?
What?
Something's going on. Well, no,
Say it one more time, dude.
Download drivers.
Oh man,
Cox is the name of the cable provider in Las
I
Vegas.
know. I got Cox over here, dude. How about you?
Are you trying to pull something out, William?
All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. No, I'm trying to get off the screen real quick.
Okay.
The screen you got up because we're about to wrap up.
I yeah. Oh, there we go.
Don't forget 988.
All right. I will see you all in about 2.5 hours.
All right.
Thanks for everybody.
Try, guys. Great watch party, and we'll do you next week.
Go for the day.
Later on.
Very good. Apologies to England and Australia.
See if it'll let me shut the show down.
Fourth has no Cox. That's what he says anyway.
So I talk to you.
Yeah.